Sovolum or Leonis. I forget which is which.
Leonis, I think.
Right.
Leonis.
Good name. Good solid name.
And we're live.
Great.
Way.
Put these away.
So, what happened last time on this wonderful, magical adventure tour we're on?
We convinced the two remaining members of the mercenary party to join us into the depths of the observatory, which isn't really an observatory anymore. It's some sort of like facility for generating arcane magic and power and transforming it into something, maybe. Just gotta go with that for now. Immense power. Somewhere in here, there's a portal. They have been trying to resurrect the old warriors of Konethi. Is that right? Konethi? Karnath.
Karnath, yeah, Karnath.
Because it's the Konethi king. To help in the war. But that was 100 years ago, so soz. We said, come with us. We managed to convince them, maybe, to help us with a greater evil, which is these portals and that Ivan's trying to open. Went downstairs, got into a fight with some skeleton creatures. Leonis died.
Yes.
Sovolum was upset, but we brought Leonis back, and they were like, "We wouldn't have done that for you." And now we're going to have a long rest.
Yeah, I mean,
I think there's more. Someone else jump in.
No,
yeah,
that sounds
yeah, so I think, was it last time you scryed as well, or was that before that even?
That was the time before.
That was before that?
Ivan. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not role playing yet.
You just can't wait.
Do you does Fennec wish to answer to the question posed?
That's a no.
What? Have we started?
Yeah, we're totally. We're into
All right,
it.
hold on. We've
Action.
resurrected Leonis.
I guess I've never really thought about it. I just like who I like.
What? What are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
You, Inkblight. Never
What did-
mind. It's not the
I
time.
didn't ask anything.
You did.
I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, we have more pressing matters. Pressing matters.
My sexuality is disembodied voices that remind me of the hierarchical military system I came from.
So Solomon looks at all of you and goes, "Your group is strange."
You know, we get that a lot, actually.
But we get shit done.
That much is clear.
Also, you're welcome. Well, maybe Stan, you should be.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yes, I. Where did you learn this? The Emerald Claw didn't teach you. I mean, the harnessing of undead energy is something that we are experts of. You can see Leona's starting to say as well something, but it's just coughing, having a coughing fit at this point with 1 HP.
I'll rub his back.
Maybe don't overexert yourself quite yet. We could probably do with a bit of a rest.
I mean, I don't need it, but I think that's probably for the best. Trying to feign I'm okay, and if you run, I'll kill you.
Do you think this place is safe for that?
There seems to be some door over here. Perhaps we can squirrel away in there. Otherwise, there's also a lovely set of hot springs just upstairs. But there are also ghosts up there, so maybe if we can barricade ourselves into a little room.
Well, you're the leaders of this particular party.
Fennec
currently.
is the leader.
I defer to Inkblot.
Well, I'm going to wander over to this door and make sure it is okay and that nothing seems to be trapped.
Make an investigation check as you peer into this room. It's a smaller. It's not lit. It's a dim kind of darkness enveloping this room. Looking around, it seems safe enough. You see a bunch of barrels, bunch of crates. Seems to be some sort of a storage room. Right off the bat, you can see that there's a couple of crossbows on the walls. You see odd bits and pieces, like a few bells. You see wooden pikes. There's a bunch of different things in this room that you would have to take inventory of to really kind of get a sense of it, because there's just so much. Looking forward, you can see, or further in, you can see another door. And as you enter through here, you see a kind of cobwebbed cave entrance over yonder, and you can see this cave complex kind of further. God, why is my English so hard today? Difficult today. Just kind of burrowing out all which way, and you can see the cobwebs. They almost have this kind of a strange static electricity to them. As something flies through the air, some molecule hits the web. You can see this kind of couple of sparks. And there's this kind of a bloom of sparking electricity that goes throughout this strange cobwebbed cave system. But beyond that, you can't see currently.
And all these doors are wide open, aren't
Yes.
they? Cool. Well, I'll come back to everyone else and I'll be like, well, unfortunately, that is not a dead end, and it leads to some sort of strange electrical cavern with many spider webs. If we do want to rest in there, which may be wise, we could barricade. There's a lot of boxes in there. We could kind of barricade ourselves in. Certainly make it difficult for anything to try and come in to catch us. And if they did, it'll give us time to get ourselves prepared to fight back. Anything like that.
I think that sounds like a good plan.
Sovelum, Lunus, are you
Leonis is my name.
Leonis?
It's
I know
fine, close
that.
enough. People get it wrong often enough. If you're not from Carnith, I mean.
No, I am certainly not. Well,
I just think Inkblot's not great at names, to be honest. It's not.
it's
you.
funny. I have a huge amount of knowledge in my brain. Some things just boop fall out. Names seem to be that.
It's immaterial when compared to, the weave. That's a thing, right? That's a Inkblot.
Well, there's the metaphorical weed and the.
Seems quite literal, actually.
It does, funnily. Well, rest, everyone.
Yeah, anyway, Leonis, sorry about that.
No, you don't have to apologize. Definitely not in doubt about your abilities and power. Some of the things that you have done, I haven't seen before. So I'm thankful that we are not on opposing sides, I guess, for now.
I like that. Yes. Come, let us all. We've got some rations, and we will barricade ourselves in, and hopefully tend to our wounds.
I must say this was the most disorganized, chaotic, frantic, and maniacal battle I have ever been in, and what a fight it was. What a tale to tell. I can see it now. Tumult in the observatory. 100 years from now, they will speak of this legend. Ugh. It's an honor to have met all of you, Goosenik and Sons. always discreet.
You're too kind. Too kind.
It's the strategy of chaos. It seems to do wonders.
Yes. If you do not know your plan, then how can your enemy, right?
Oh, we always know our plan,
Yeah, we always know it.
but we feign that we don't. That's how our enemies are always off kilter and don't attack. You know, we shouldn't talk about this. We're giving away all of our secrets.
Yeah, maybe stick with us and you might learn some tips. As long as you follow blindly and faithfully.
I like the faithful part. The blind part I could maybe do without next time.
I suppose you have experience that now, haven't you?
Yes.
That was all part of the plan, actually.
Ah.
Remember when Stan turned you away? Part of the plan.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about
Yes,
that.
that was. I mean,
Um,
how could you have known, right? I mean, that was.
Except we did, just to refer to the previous point.
Is Fennec holding a knife like that, like to make points?
Yeah, where did I get this from? I didn't have this previously. I gave away my dagger years ago. Sorry, Stan, I took this out of your pocket. This is yours.
Keep it.
Oh, thanks. Can I have? Yeah, send me a dagger.
I don't think I have one, but
Where did this come from then?
I would say, looking around the room, you would see there are a couple of blades, daggers, swords, as well as kind of unfinished blades. Who knows for what reason they've been put there, almost like for some sort of mechanism. So you could be holding one of those.
That's highly convenient. Thank you, DM. I am.
should we have a quick look around this space and try and work out what its deal is, so to speak?
It's probably not a bad idea. I will.
Would you like some help with that, Ink?
Well, I was going to. Sure. Yes. Yes.
Focus
I
on
will.
the
I will.
barricade.
Let's. Yes. No, I was going to see if I can detect any magical
That's a good
things in
idea.
here. Just take me a bit of time.
Mm-hmm. We can barricade the doors in the meantime.
All right, so most of you really are probably lugging over and dragging over the large crates to block the open doorways, putting them on top of each other, kind of blocking the view as well as whoever wants to enter, should they try. With the detect magic ink blood, I'm going to say that you do pick up faint traces of magic. I think it should be either conjuration or enchantment magic from a couple of vials that you find in this room. So you see...
Ooh, I will gather all those.
actually, there's 5 vials that are filled with kind of greenish liquid, quite sticky, kind of viscosity, liquids. As well as 5 flasks that as you open them, you can see that they're kind of filled with this oily tar-like substance. But the magic on them is very faint.
Okay. Moving forward, when we are long resting, I will take time to identify all of those.
All right.
But I'll do that as and when.
But yeah, the rest of you put the crates up in the doorways. Anything else you used to do?
A technical question. Long rest doesn't necessarily mean you have to sleep, right? You just need to be relaxed.
I believe...
You have to spend 6 hours sleeping and then 2 hours of light activity.
Okay.
But for you,
Yeah.
it would still mean... it's meditation, whatever the thing is, that you uninterrupted kind of...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think we're safe.
Hopefully. We should still take watches.
I can start. I have slept enough for a couple of lifetimes, apparently. If anyone possibly in need of any healing, just in case someone attacks us in the next hour, which I feel like is something you are used to.
Well, actually, those guys are on. They're really
I'm-
barely hanging on, I'd go for them first.
Ah,
Yeah.
No offense,
Yes.
but you're in a bad way.
right. Well, since we are comrades in arms, I'll cast I'll cast a level 2 cure wound on both of them.
Okay. As you cast your spell in the glow of the kind of golden radiant hue, you see the emerald claw medallion kind of glint back at you. But yeah, the spell goes through and you heal them enough, or heal them a little bit.
Do I actually roll?
Yeah, I mean you cast use the spell slots
That's
at least.
Leonis. Like this. Cast that level 2. Concentration.
And if you click on healing, then it should.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
There you go.
14 points of healing
And
to Leonis.
And the other guy. Get one.
Leonis is now at a nice 15.
Oh, could I have just targeted and then clicked healing again? Not. Okay.
No, because it only does that once. 19 points.
Wow.
And a nice 20 for so. Yeah, they look better. At least the bleeding has stopped, but they're both like Leonis is asleep at this point. As you finish your spell, Leonis is unconscious and like breathing shallowy. Like the breathing is shallow, but definitely improved.
Best I can do for now. Maybe in the morning we can do a bit more if needed. Shall I take first watch then?
Yes, if you're
Good.
comfortable to.
Yes. I will stand at the at a place that has the best view of both entrances, and I will just stand and watch.
All right, the rest of you take to sleeping. Go ahead, Adelbrecht, and make a perception check for me.
Ooh, perception check. I never
As
get to make
you-
those.
Stand in the humming complex. You hear there's this energy being pumped towards something, some machine somewhere that's a constant. The electrical hum is a constant. It's almost hypnotic. As you kind of look into the darkness, you find yourself kind of zoning out, wondering why you feel no fatigue at this point. You should be tired, but I guess you've been sleeping for 100 years, right?
Yeah, I'll in the middle of my watch, as I'll sort of just look at myself and check my teeth a bit, just think about what happened, and I'll not the smartest person on the planet, but I'll use my divine sense
Okay.
because I think I can understand what happened.
Yeah, as the divine sense goes out, you get a sense immediately from your own body that it has an undead hue to it now.
I stoically ponder on that.
With a 6, you don't notice as the hours pass, and you end your watch successfully.
I don't notice I ended it successfully.
That you notice, because the next person wakes up to take the watch. Who would that be?
I will wake up.
We'll wake up the wizard.
All right, Inkblot, make a perception check.
I am good at those. Perception check. Yeah. 12.
All right. With the 12, looking around, the barricades seem to be sturdy enough. It's hard to even see what's beyond there. With the 12, you do hear kind of a strange chittering coming from the cave complex to the north. And for a moment, you hear almost this kind of a... Yeah, similar to if somebody would cast teleportation or dimension door or something. There's this kind of a sense of vacuum being like exploded into, and like that kind of air being misplaced suddenly. So there's something happening there. But beyond that, your watch also goes successfully. And you will identify during this time, or is it?
Yeah, just part of because I know we might have to long rest a bit longer, but I can do it now. Or
So it's fairly easy. These aren't complicated magical items. The vials of green are acid vials, so they would explode, do acid damage. You could coat things with them, coat terrain with them, whichever. And the oily tar thing is exactly that. It's tar that's been enchanted to last basically forever, and would slow whoever is on it or being covered with it.
Are they items in Foundry I can drag into my inventory?
Nope.
Cool, perfect.
But
make
I'll
notes.
yeah.
That's all right. I can turn them into little notes.
Cool.
Actually, also during that time, can I, while the other two are asleep, I want to pull out the spell book, which I found on
Yes.
one of the other ones, because I'll just basically tear out all the pages and stick them into mine. I know I can't cast them yet, but I'll just, so I'm not carrying around their dead colleagues, dead friends' spellbook.
Right.
I do want their spells. I won't be able to do anything with them for a long time, so we don't have to worry about it now.
Yeah. If you don't want me to like find them right now, that's fine.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll grab them like in between sessions.
All right.
Because
Yeah.
I can't do anything with them.
You go through the spell book that reads more like a journal, and disgustingly enough, seems to be written in blood.
Good. Slot them into my book. And that's it.
All right. With that, who is the next on watch?
I can take the next watch.
All right. Stan is woken up by ink blood. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Five.
So with a 5, again, the electric hum of this place is very hypnotic. It's harder to stay awake. And as you kind of unfocus, think about Ash, perhaps, or your father, time passes.
Your two issues.
Interrelated at this point. Yeah, it's tough. Just that whole thing. Yeah.
It seems, even though you know it's a constant darkness, it feels like it's getting even darker constantly. Like it's probably psychological. You look around, alerted, but there's nothing. It's calm, and then your watch ends. And who is the last person who would take the watch? Actually, Fennec.
It's always me. Okay.
Perception, yeah. As Fennec, with
My
his
control
rippling
is
muscles and abs.
Which is so distracting. I can't see anything beyond it. I ponder sexuality. Okay. Sorry, it's taking a second. I need to reload the page.
Do you wish me to roll for you?
Yes, I really do. Thank you.
All right. And as always, I roll pretty poorly. Whenever I
I
have to
was
roll.
always going to roll poorly. So don't worry.
With the 7, most of your watch goes unperturbed. There is one moment, however, at the very end of your watch, as you, there's actually there's a couple of mirrors in this room. You notice, and Fennec could be kind of admiring his muscles at that point, and doesn't notice a kind of a small pasty white spider about the size of a palm, kind of palm-sized, as it's climbing slowly on your shoulder. And as you notice it and kind of start to scream or shout or do something, it fixes its kind of dull eyes on you and disappears from sight. There's this kind of cold blue shimmer and nothing as it teleports seemingly out.
Not to worry.
But
Can I
after
check-
this, sorry, yeah?
my body for bites?
Sure. I mean, there's a couple weird things about your body. The nails are invitingly, I guess, red, and you know that they're goodberry healing properties to them. You can see the eye or the mouth on your palm. Was it? Sorry. Yeah. There's still the odd kind of winglets in your back that haven't grown out.
Yeah, but I know about those, Mark Mateus.
Yeah, sure. You're looking.
What we're looking for bites.
This is our returning viewers. I'm explaining.
Yeah.
And me.
Yeah.
Been dispersed by rippling muscles. A mountain range, in fact.
But looking closer, you don't see any bite marks or anything.
Okay, well, I'm sure everything's fine then. Back to sleep I go.
Well, with that, it would be the end of this long rest as you take it successfully. So go ahead and choose spells if you wish to. Heal if you wish to.
Finally.
I will ask Stan. We may have, because it was 3 days before they were said to attack, we may have time to dream. If the opportunity arises, would you like to do that?
I'm scared it won't work.
That's true.
Thanks.
I did also wonder if maybe seeing if we could speak to Ivan as well.
Oh.
I
That
don't
would be
know what we would
interesting.
do or say, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
If it works for you, I would love to have that option.
I can
I,
do my best.
there's a lot I'd love to say, but life's really complicated at the moment, isn't
Just a little bit.
it?
Just a little bit.
How are you doing?
I'm very aware of some loose ends that are still dangling. But having this to focus on is helping. This is very important. This is bigger than personal needs right now. Hopefully, if we can discover a way to stop this portal opening, then hopefully we'll be able to put all of this to bed.
I did have a slight other thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's too massive for it to be a viable. But Fennec mentioned that Ivan had been talking about the other portals as well,
Mm-hmm.
and how they would need protecting. I don't think it would be viable, but I did have the thought of, do we have any friends we could try and get to, I don't know, attack other portals at the same time they're with us, and
To go and close them
coordinated.
down, or
Yeah.
maybe.
I mean, that would be a massive thing to coordinate, so I don't know, but
If I can retain my energy,
Numbers.
we could speak to a couple of people through their dreams. It
I
would
agree.
be.
Am I in hearing range of this conversation?
I think we're in
Sure,
the
yeah.
little, yeah.
I
Still
think
in
that-
the-
Great thing to do. Yeah, we've got friends. We should be drawing on our network because, you know, we can't fight a cult.
Hmm.
Just the three of us. Now 4. 5?
6.
There's 6 in the room.
What I'm saying is, yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work.
That is the saying.
depending on how we wanted to do it, that could, yeah, it could be a huge thing to ask of people. But I mean, if we fail here, then that's it, right?
Mhm.
As things stand, and even if there's a chance of the portal in the Elden Reaches, for example, if that was attacked at the same time, I mean, Ivan can't. I was going to say Ivan can't be in two places at once. Of course, that's absolutely not true because there are loads of Ivans.
Yes.
But still, I don't know. It's a big thing.
It is. I'll try to conserve some energy so we can speak to some people. But if we can focus on doing what we can in this portal, I feel like we're not as close as we would like to be.
So I understand that we just had a rest, but I'm gonna find familiar while we're having chats.
All right. Sure.
Yeah, just FYI.
How are you, Adelbrecht?
Well, it's a bit strange. I did not know they were going to make me undead. But, well, it was for a good cause, so, soldier follows. So, and, well, if there was a certain power in a new power in fighting yesterday, so I suppose.
So they didn't tell you what they were going. What did they tell you? If you
Well,
don't
I mean,
mind
no,
saying?
they didn't tell me exactly. There was a lot of magical mumbo jumbo. I that's a Kanafi term. I apologize. But we didn't ask a lot of questions. It was, it was wartime.
Mhm.
It needed doing. If it hadn't been me and my troop, it would have been someone else. So I stepped up.
Mhm.
We were supposed to be sent out pretty much immediately. As far as I gathered, I never imagined that. Well,
It's a big change.
yes,
Yes.
yes, indeed.
Fascinating, the power and the magic. Was this whole facility used to do such a thing?
I believe so. I believe it was because of the Kyber portal. It was re- regarded as a good place for necromancy, I assume. So that's as much as I know. I don't really understand how the inner workings of such magics. Mine is of a divine nature. I so I'm afraid in that regard I don't have much more information.
That's all right. We need to go and find this portal, and we need to make
Yes.
sure that it's
Yes.
destroyed.
And
Hopefully.
as I mentioned yesterday, if it is capable bodies in battle that you need, then my comrades should still be here. They were doing the same to all of us, so unless something different happened, we would have powerful allies.
We
Can
may
you leave this place and live?
Sorry?
Can you leave this place and live? If this is the place where you've been turned undead, are you chained to this place?
I will try to see if I am chained to this place. I'll like,
You think about it?
I don't believe so. Why would they chain me to this place if they wanted me to fight in big battles?
Oh, I thought you were supposed to be protecting it. Why would they leave you here otherwise?
Well, I mean, we were supposed to be sent to the front lines from here. Yes.
Well,
If
you had
this
a
d-
very specific shipping manifest that you found last session on your crate that was never fulfilled, which was
Oh, right.
kind of eastern Karnathi area.
Yes.
But yes, the story definitely was that
Lakeside, Eastern Carnath, Lake Dark.
the story for you was that you were meant to become a great weapon for the war effort.
Yeah. Yes, I didn't know much. We were losing. It was, drastic times, drastic measures.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, times haven't changed, I guess.
well, in that regard, I suppose.
Hmm.
If you're talking about the end of the world, that's not quite the problem we faced. We just faced the end of possibly one nation, or maybe two.
It's just a little warm-up act, isn't it?
Ah, yes. But what a glorious purpose to fight for. Saving the world. Literally.
That's true. As far as redemption arcs go. And then I say mentally to Stan and Inkblot, and the stakes are so low because everyone he knows is dead.
Yes. Redemption.
Well, Linus? Jesus.
Oh, Leonus.
Linus.
Yeah.
Linus, Solum, are you all ready to go?
You clarified one of their names, but not the other.
Sovelum. I know, because I feel like that one's right, isn't it?
Sovelum, yeah.
Yeah.
You said solve them.
Solve them.
Just trying to be confident with my names, okay? Leave me alone.
I'm sorry.
I write down names incorrectly in my book.
No, that's okay. Don't worry.
I'm not sure how much we can help, but considering what you can do, but he turns towards Adalbrecht for a moment. We are in this for Karnath. The world can go fuck itself, but Karnath should survive.
Well, if these brave hero stories is to be believed, which I believe it is, then the whole world is at stake, and Karnath is part of the world, so... And while I don't quite trust your methods or positions, I suppose have to realize that 100 years can change a lot, so perhaps this can be a redemption arc for you as well, as the great leader Fenix says.
Sure.
So, do we want to go back through the Misty Room or to this Zoomy chamber behind us?
Sumi train.
There is like a cavern with what seems to be some sort of condensed arcane magic, either teleportation or...
Right. It's just the Zumi part, but that's a new phrase I haven't.
Yes, we very academic.
Okay, I see. Yes. Wizard things, as they say.
Yes.
Well.
I feel like since it's right next door.
I am quite intrigued. It seems like a huge amount of energy.
Zoomy room.
Okay.
All right,
Pull
so
down
you
all
walk.
the boxes and everything.
Everything kind of rattles, but you try and put them back to where you found them from, and head on through the small kind of, which almost seems like that could have possibly been an emergency exit of some kind, because the complex seems to end here and the natural caverns take over. And as you walk forward, you see the cobweb filled room still kind of sparkling here and then with this kind of like static like lightning energy. But walking through again, the torches put into the walls light up, and until you reach the this kind of a canyon, but a chasm in the middle of this cave complex. You can see there's been a bridge that's been built over it, but it would have to mean that each of you would go there one at a time, because it is quite a slim bridge. Very athletic and very slim, this bridge.
Very fit.
Very fit.
Does a lot of Pilates.
So this chasm with the bridge that goes across it, is it like, what can we see in the chasm? Can we see it, the thing that's been making these webs? Can we locate the sound of that noise? Locate the sound of that noise? Locate the source of that noise?
So, go ahead and make I'm going to say a perception check, because you're still kind of trying to generally perceive, not looking for a specific item or anything.
Stan, do you want to
Can I
have a look with
help
me?
or also look?
I think you probably... Oh, no. None of us are good at wisdom. Cool.
No,
Um,
I'll
let's
do
go-
it.
let's- oh,
No, let me do it
I'll help Fennec.
Okay. Fennec, roll twice.
for perception.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, well, I am +1.
Wow. So, yeah, with a 15, I'm going to say, as you were walking through it, you were keeping your eyes open. So you can see, or would have seen, that the cobwebs there are these tiny spiders on them, similar to what Fennec had encountered before. And they, as you try to kind of pin down one of them to kind of observe where they go, what path they're taking, they seem to kind of pop in and out and teleport across the cave. They themselves having this ability to do this. It seems to be more that it's their latent power of these spiders than it is something that's being supplied by the observatory.
So I actually saw these on Watch. They're teleporting spiders.
Oh, thank you for letting us know.
You're welcome.
But as you look and peer down into the chasm, you don't see the end of it. I mean, if you want to, you can send a light down, but currently it's just a dark, deep, let's see, 10 foot across, actually. It's not that, wide, but...
I wonder, it seems like this is going away from the main complex. If there's going to be a portal and this building was built to contain it or to use its energy, I don't see why it would be in here. These are very man-made. These are very natural, sorry. Would it be best to about face and move away from the Zoomy room?
We have time to do a little bit of scoping.
I suppose that's true.
But then our curiosity has led us into problems in the past, hasn't it? So
It's also led us to answers. We shouldn't be ashamed of our strengths, even if they are also our weaknesses.
very wise this morning, Fennec. Is it the morning? I don't know if it's the morning. It's time.
Spoken like a true leader.
I'm curious about spiders, so
Let us be careful. I will take up towards the back.
Did you say you were expecting a siege?
Potentially an
That
all-out
sounds like-
attack directed on us. I am expecting people may teleport in at any moment. Yes.
Well,
Brecht, you go first.
as you say, I will go first.
Great.
All right, easy enough to... I mean, you could potentially jump over it if you wish to. It's not that wide of a chasm, but you can take the bridge. Albrecht crosses it easily enough. Kind
Got
of looks
dark
back.
vision as well.
Yeah, looking around. I mean, just kind of looking around. It seems just a dark, damp cave.
It's safe to come.
Right. You will start trudging over, keeping
Alright.
an eye out for things,
So what's
making
the
sure the bridge isn't going to snap.
what's the marching order?
Oh, me first. Bravely in front.
I'll go third.
I'll go just before Ink and let the other two go in front of us.
That doesn't work. I'll go third, Ella.
Yeah, so what? So we send Liam a second,
Oh,
and then the other guy. Oh, you meant third within the 4 of us.
Yeah,
Or within
that's
the
right.
6.
No, you're right. I'm so sorry. Take away the crown, you know.
All right. So
I was just assuming healers separate a little bit.
is this
But
is
it's
this
probably-
good for now? As Leonis makes his way over a second.
Mhm.
So at this point in time, I'm gonna say, as you are kind of crossing this small bridge, Stan actually, with your passive perception, you do notice behind you where the cobwebs are, and kind of on top of the ceiling, following you very slowly. These slow movements, almost kind of folding itself out with its movements. You see a pasty white spider the size of a horse slinking through the shadow. Its eyes, many eyes, fix on you, and as you kind of focus on it, as you pin it down, it disappears with a ghostly blue shimmer. But just before that, you saw it was speeding up.
Teleporting spider alert. Can I go for my shield?
Everybody roll initiative with that. All right.
I'm not familiar with this battle tactic, battle command. Okay,
Well,
can I get it right this time? Oh, there we go.
Ori got left behind for some reason.
What does the 0.13 mean? What is
It's
that?
just to differentiate between equal scores, basically. It will do
Oh,
a
it'll
calculation.
add a little bump.
Yeah.
Random bump. Okay.
Random bump.
And
Good man.
Adelbert roll as well.
I did.
No.
I didn't. What? But I.
You must roll again.
There it is. First up. All right.
I thought I clicked it. Okay. Well, it's better.
So
First up.
I'm gonna say because of Stan's shout, you're not surprised for this. But however, as Adelbrecht, you look around, you don't see anything. Like there's these tiny spiders kind of climbing across walls next to you. You don't see any huge threats or anything.
Okay. Okay. Stands there. In that case, I will take maybe one step here
Mm-hmm.
and say, best not to linger on the bridge if there's teleporting spiders. And then I'll I'll prepare a guiding bolt and I'll release it when I see a huge spider.
All right. Max, first off, I have to take off 10 hit points because you didn't use the opportunity to say "fly, you fools" to the rest of your party as they run across the bridge. That's okay.
That's psychic
Oh
damage.
my
No, that's
God,
fine.
that
That's fine.
is-
It's fine.
No,
I'm joking.
I wish you hadn't told me that because I'm genuinely sad now.
All right. So yeah, you prepare an action
Yeah,
if you see the spider.
a giant attacking spider.
Well, with that, as you prepare to act, you see in front of Leonis. No, actually, you don't. But you see Leonis suddenly something invisible piercing through his armor, something attacking him. However, the invisibility is not ended. Whoever this creature is, the invisibility remains even when it's attacking Leonis. So that's gonna be 2 attacks against Leonis. The first one being 15, which misses. The second one being 16, which still misses. Very annoying. But yeah, you can see kind of Leonis trying to hold up his quarterstaff and actually manages to kind of haphazardly kind of block away these invisible attacks from the air. Fennec.
Okay. So it last attacked where?
So yeah, just where Leonis is, you're not sure exactly if it's coming, which direction it's coming from, because it's quite a big creature. So who knows where it's situated?
Oh boy.
Fireball.
I was thinking of it. I was like, what chaotic thing am I gonna do? I think I might summon an elemental. Yeah. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah.
Cool.
It's a choice.
So I'm going to summon. Yeah. I'm going to summon an air elemental.
Okay. Go ahead and cast. Hopefully this should do its magic automatically, which would be cool.
Do.
Yeah, there it is. And I'm going to summon it over us.
All right, sure. Yeah, floating in the air above you.
And I'm going to say, protect us and attack the invisible foe.
All right.
And I'm also going to do, I'm going to cast Ghost Step Tattoo on myself. I need to move the air elemental. Thank you. Yeah, so
The air elemental, of course, can't see invisible creatures, but it's going to try and do its best.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it is going to try and do its best.
That's what
Like
we
all
can
of
do.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Where's my Ghost Step Tattoo? Why is everything everywhere? I'm going to do my Ghost Step Tattoo anyway, so that's what I'm doing.
All right. With that, Leonis kind of blocking the bridge at this point. You can hear him shouting out, "Where is it? Can anybody see it?" And like randomly tries to hit the air. He's gonna move towards you, Adelbert. At this point, he's smart enough to make room for everybody. But that's his turn for now. Inkblot on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah, I'm gonna use an action to tap my Gem of Seeing.
Yeah.
To give myself true sight. So I can see where it is.
So you see two of these creatures, both
Oh,
of them.
shit.
One of them right behind you, the eyes kind of focusing on you again. The one behind you it's in that kind of like, in that spiderly, that kind of, what is that? It's like when they have that, like the belly out and they're like pumping like the webs out. It's like ready to like strike at you.
Cool.
Quite disgusting.
I will then yell out, everyone, this true, and I'll like one finger pointing directly behind me and then the other one up at the other creature. Help! And what I will do is I will step just over a little bit. I don't think I've got anything bonus actionally I can do, so that is my turn.
Could I choose to release my guiding bolt here with disadvantage?
So what was your trigger when you can see them?
I guess, but I mean,
Then no,
okay.
you can't see them. It's...
You can opt to release it early.
I mean, I'm just thinking, like, you know.
Wait, what was the thing that you wanted to happen when you saw them, or?
I'm just send my guiding bolt on. I'm like focusing on a guiding bolt. Just. I mean, if Fenix was pointing.
All right, let's go for. I mean, it's going to be a disadvantaged thing anyway. So let's go for it. Let's see. You try it.
I'll just follow Fenix's finger, and
Inkblot's finger.
Inkblot.
Sorry, god damn it, twice in a row.
Helps. I'm mainly pointing to the one directly behind me. But I'm like holding out fingers to both of them.
I love that I'm mainly pointing at the as in, like, What would that look
I'm
like?
pointing one finger at the one far from me and two fingers
Okay,
at the
there
one
it is.
directly behind me about to attack.
Yeah. And with -1 perception, I notice. So attack and disadvantage.
Oh, natural 20. But
16.
16 does hit, yes.
Ooh.
These are creatures with natural armor, nothing
Wow.
else.
4 twos. Okay.
Wow.
Rah.
All right, 8 points of radiant damage against the creature.
And the next hit has advantage, I believe.
All right, so that
Yeah,
would be
And the
Glittering.
next attack roll made against the target before the end of my next turn has advantage.
all right. There you go.
There's a dim light glittering on the creature, so technically it's like not visible, but there's a little bit of a
Yeah, you can.
outline. I
as-
guess maybe.
Inkblot, is that the end of your turn for now?
Oh, now that it's visible, I still can't do anything. So I'll just cower a little bit closer into that wall.
All right, Stan. You can see. You're pretty sure of the location of this spider behind Inkblot, but it will still be a neutral roll because advantage and disadvantage cancel each other out.
Sure. I would like to close my eyes and speak the command word of my scorpion armor.
Oh, yeah.
All right, remind me.
Scorpio armor,
Mm-hmm.
which means I can see invisible things.
Well, there you go.
Oh, nice.
I can create an instantaneous pulse of awareness around me, alerting me to the presence or location of any creature within 30 feet of me that's on the ground.
Yeah, you got them daredevil senses. The world kind of. Yeah, you get that small sensations as they're walking across the cave walls and ceiling and floor, and you know exactly where they are.
Fantastic. That is my bonus action. As my action, I would like to cast Bless. I'm a bit torn about who to cast it on because it's attack rolls, which I guess any of us could be making attack rolls. Definitely Adelbrecht. I'm also going to cast it on myself.
Sure.
Cast Eldritch Blast with attack rolls. FYI.
And Fennec. Sorry.
That is okay.
I will stand right. I will move so I'm right next to Ink. If I may. Yes.
All right. So yeah, keep
that's
everybody
me.
keep tabs of that.
Yes, I'll try and shout it out at all times.
Sullivan doesn't have weapons, so
There's a... I dropped a...
that's
Oh, no, I only
Leonis
dropped
has
staff,
that. Yeah,
yeah.
Leonis has the quarterstaff.
Did you not pick one up from the room full of weapons? that
Yeah.
was empty?
What an idiot. He deserves to be pushed off this bridge.
What's he bringing to the party?
All right.
I'm
So
gonna look at him and go, damn it! What is wrong with you?
at this point, oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna say for now, Sullivan will try and run across the bridge. We'll get an attack of opportunity. He shouts, looking at you, "Fly, you fools!" as he runs across the bridge.
Damn it.
You take another 10 points of psychic damage.
It's the worst thing you've ever done to me.
All right, it's one attack opportunity against Sullivan. That is gonna be a 12. Really low rolls again coming from me. All right, but he makes it across the bridge. At this point, it is the Ghostwalk Spider's turn next to Inkblot and Stan. Inkblot is pointing straight at it, and it was going for Inkblot originally anyway.
That's fair.
So.
I'll raise my shield with disadvantage.
All right, so as this cobweb is kind of, this bundle of cobweb is spit out towards Inkblot, Stan, you're raising your shield to block it, so that's going to be with, invisible. Yeah, it's not attacks
kind of-
against...
Well, yeah, if the creature is invisible, if I can't see the attack, it has advantage.
But you
I
can.
don't know if that counters out because it is currently slightly glowing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Oh
that
no, I can see
You
it.
can
though.
see them, so that's
I
fine.
can see it. So yeah, it would just be a normal roll against me.
All right. So it would be with disadvantage because Stan is holding the shield up. So.
Yes.
No, I rolled with advantage, unfortunately. No, did I? No, disadvantage. 13 to hit.
Miss.
So yeah, that bundle whoosh, flies against Stan's shield, and kind of Captain America style, you hear that ping as something, the projectile just bounces off. It's annoying. But the spider seems to be heading towards you anyway, and starts going through you. It's intangible. You suddenly find yourself looking at the guts of this thing as it just seems to phase through you. It's gonna end up kind of, yeah, I'm gonna say like right there.
I'm going to continually be pointing at it,
All right.
cowering.
Just a radar.
Yeah.
Beep.
Well, with that, it's the air elemental's turn. Its command is to attack whoever is threatening Fennec's friends. It can try because Inkblot is pointing out he kind of knows where they would be. It's going to be with disadvantage.
But with advantage because it's glowing, so therefore it's a normal roll.
Just a normal roll. 2 attacks.
I do.
Oh yeah, sorry. I wasn't sure. Well, that's
Sorry.
the first one anyway. Of course, I hit when I do it. Against my old creatures, I hit. All right, that's 12. And the second attack from Mariella. Or the air elemental.
And then I think this one's at disadvantage now because it is.
Oh, it's disadvantage. Okay.
Because now the guiding bolt stuff has
Yeah.
faded.
Okay.
Well,
Nice.
natural 1 misses, but still 12 points of bludgeoning against it. Slamming against its kind of bulbous, odd, pasty figure. Adelbrecht, your turn.
Okay. As a bonus action, I will cast Branding Smite
Okay.
on myself.
On myself.
I don't need to cast spell. Okay. Well, it's just the next attack that hits does things. And I will. I more or less saw where the spider went when it was still glowing and the air elemental attacked.
So I
I'm
would say
gonna-
you have a better idea of this one ahead of you. But yeah,
Yeah.
sure. It's close enough. Inkblot's keeping tabs on it. You can attack it. It's still with disadvantage, everything.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. I'll walk up to that one. I'll maybe go this way, and I'll just take 2 swings at it
Go for
With a
it.
D4.
with a D4, which I will add because I know how to do that in Foundry. So standard roll, attack, 1d4, disadvantage.
It's lovely to see the thought process.
14.
14 misses. Unfortunately, you can't quite get a sense of where it is. The general location is just not enough at this point.
But I have 2 attacks, so
Nice.
as we all do.
Mhm.
Well, so I'll do it again, and I'm like, haha, I'm getting closer. A 1d4.
Yep.
And
13 still misses,
shit
unfortunately.
rolls.
Anything else? Adelbrecht, as you try and kind of slash through the air, but not hitting anything, unfortunately.
That'll be it, because I used my bonus action. Target. So yeah, I'll just stand in guard, and if it moves, I will try to attack it. If I sense, I don't know, skittering on the floor or something, I will sentinel try to attack it.
All right. Well, at this point, it's gonna go for you, Adelbrecht. No, it was attacking Leonis before. It's gonna still keep attacking Leonis.
I will take another swing then, because sentinel attacking
Oh,
another
yeah.
creature.
Yeah, go for it.
Next to
Nice.
Okay.
as a reaction.
Oof.
16.
16 just hits. Yeah, go for
Yes.
Yeah.
So, cool things happen now. First damage. Just normal.
it. Oh boy, that's a good roll as well. 26 points of
Oh,
damage.
nice.
26. And also from the Branding Smite, deals extra 2d6 radiant.
Nice.
7. And very important, deals radiant damage which to the target, which becomes visible if it's invisible.
Well, there you go. So yeah, it is now
Yes.
completely
And-
visible.
And the target sheds dim light in a 5-foot radius and becomes and can't become invisible until the spell ends.
Nice.
So-
the branding might last for 1 minute.
Because its intelligence is at the level with Fennec, it will actually understand that and see it being in this glow, and you can see it looking at you as it's like clearly taking you as a threat.
Face
now.
us like a
That was a bit
man.
It was. Yes. It was with love. All right. Well, with that, it's still attacking Leonis. So it's going to try to do the same thing as it tried to do with Inkblot, the other one. So you can see the cobweb bundle being thrown out towards. Why did it do it with disadvantage? I don't know, but it rolled really well. That's a 24. Unfortunately, however, that Leonis succeeds against it. Is that true? Oh, no, he doesn't. Yeah, it just happens. Yep. So you can see the bundle fly out from the spider, and as it hits Leonis and the cobwebs wrap around Leonis disappears immediately. The cobwebs themselves seemingly acting as some sort of a conduit for invisibility. That was that. Fennec, you are up. You can currently definitely see the one that Adelbrat is fighting. The other one's whereabouts is less certain. You're less certain about.
I will be hitting the one that is visible.
Go for it.
Because though my intelligence is low, I'm still sentient. So, let's target you and do Eldritch Blast. Now, Mark Mateus, I see you've named one of these.
Yes, it should. Again, talking about intelligence stats levels. One of them indeed is named Eldritch Blast. Do not use.
Very good.
Attack roll 20. What?
I think you accidentally clicked on yourself there. So just do it again.
Plus a D4 to all of them.
Thanks, Ella.
So, what are you targeting them before? Don't target them before. I think is the way this works. I think.
What do you mean?
So take the T target off from the spider.
I'm selecting the target through the menu. I'm selecting beams. Let's go.
Oh,
2 beams. Yeah, all right, 3 beams. There we go. Yeah, that's perfect.
Wait. All of them hit except the last one. So can I just add a D4 to the last one?
Yeah, which would still then hit, I believe. Let's
Still hit. It's a
if it's a 14, it misses actually. So still
So the
12 plus 11 points of damage, force damage against the spider, which that's been calculated. So there you go.
Thank you.
Eldritch Blast, so complicated. Every time.
And yet, so simple.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
I've been doing it since day one. So
Anything else, Fennec?
no. I'll never do anything ever again.
It's Ori's turn.
Yay, Ori, the hero of the day. Attack, Ori. Fight.
Ori takes flight with kind of a
No.
single. Oh,
Sting.
there you go.
Oh,
Is that kind of a scorpion tail that she has?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. 15 does hit. That's exactly what Ori needed.
Amazing.
Yes.
6 points.
6 points of piercing damage.
And
Max damage.
You have to do
Yeah.
a Constitution saving throw.
All right, that is a 9.
You fail. You're poisoned.
Unfortunately,
It's a spider. and it
it's
can't be poisoned.
it's immune to being poisoned.
Look, that makes sense.
Was
I
the
won't
s-
argue this time. Yeah, it makes sense.
Was the
I'm with you, I'm
sting
on board.
was the sting damage pure piercing damage or was it poison damage as well?
Oh no, it's piercing damage.
All right, then that's fine. That still goes through.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice job, Ori.
Yeah, well done.
yeah.
With that, it's Leonis's turn. Leonis is invisible. He's trying to get free from the restraints that he is on. Rolls a 15. Yeah, Leonis reappears, like trying to pull the cobwebs off of himself. Fucking bug. Inkplot, it's your turn.
I am going to target both these mofos. Rip open my spell book. All of these pages start flying out of it. And I'm going to cast Tasha's Mind Whip at level 3, so I can get both of them.
All right.
Udabar.
Go ahead and roll damage.
So 11 points of psychic damage, and they need
Both
to
of them
make
fail.
oh, perfect. So they take 11 points of psychic damage, and then on its next turn, it can either move, have an action, or have a bonus action. It only gets one of those 3 things. And that's it. And then... it can't get me. I'm going to stay where I am. And that's my turn.
All right. With that, it's Stan's turn.
It's going to be a very classic round from Stan. Bonus action, the Sunblade is out, zooms to life like the lightsaber it is. And going to make 2 attacks against this one right in front of me.
All right, go for it. Yeah, you can see them, both of them, the small kind of vibrations in the air giving them away.
Maybe if my internet works.
That's all right. 16 still hits. Yeah, that's
Yes.
even with a 5. It's crazy strong.
Is it undead?
It is not undead.
That is a shame.
Ooh, wow, 15 points of radiant damage against the spider.
We'll do a little divine smite, I think. Just first level, just
Yeah.
to
Just to see.
Just to see what happens.
So 2d8 plus another d8 because of improved divine smite.
Yes. We'll see if.
I might have to do that manually.
Yeah.
Oh, 3d8 plus a bonus. That's right, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I
So
think
no,
Adalbrecht doesn't
great.
have it automatically, but you do for some reason.
Oh.
And another,
Another
9 points.
Just a little sprinkling.
All right.
And I'll make my second attack. $26.
26 absolutely hits.
Is that okay? Good.
Nice. Kill it.
And another 10 points. Yeah, you kind of
10.
slash through one of its legs at this point. You can hear it kind of chitter. If it could scream, it would scream. But it is still up. Still, I mean, looking dangerous.
Well, that's all I'm doing for now. I'll have to live another round.
All right. All right. With that, Sullivan's turn. Sullivan will try and just like strike at one of them with its fist. It's gonna be. It shouldn't be a 21. It would be lower than that, but it would still hit, and that would be, I think, just like 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
He's gone up in my estimation for that. I feel like someone who's willing to punch a spider, you've got to respect that.
Yeah, but also
An
there were
invisible
weapons
spider.
in the where we just were.
They had
No.
1 HP, and they are
Hey.
being like half hostages, half prisoners to you. Like they
They
were.
willingly hit. They could walk away at
had a
any
long
moment.
They had a long rest, though.
It's true, but they were patching themselves up. The idea of arming themselves wasn't like on top of their minds, especially not let's
It
go
should
through the punch of grates and stuff. They didn't notice these blades. Only Fennec picked one up.
Oh, they're stupid.
Sullivan
wait.
turns towards Inkblot.
I didn't say anything out loud. I'm
And
just
I
thinking
know.
it.
I'm
I
using
see.
my power to metagame as a DM. Alright. With that, it would be the Ghostwalk Spider's turn. Alright, there you go. Alright, so this one will... Alright, it's smart enough to go for the weaker ones. So it's gonna phase through Stan. Fennec would get an attack of opportunity.
It only.
Oh, I can only move or attack or...
Yeah, so I mean it's moved now, so that was its turn.
Amazing. I'll hit it.
That's true. Yeah.
Smart enough,
I mean,
but it's not that smart.
Yeah, it's true. It's a bug. It doesn't, you know. Alright, did you hit, Fennec? Did you roll?
No, I was too busy being offended. Okay. Right now.
With the intelligence of a spider.
Intelligence of a bug. So is it this one here?
Yeah,
A
the
big
one in
bug.
front of you.
They're both in front of me.
Oh, sorry. The one next to the air elemental.
Okay, thank you. Yes, it is the one I thought. Good. Let us whack.
With a D4.
Yeah, thank you.
Smack'ems.
What was that?
Do you get smack'ems in this country? They're for dogs.
I know what you're talking about because I'm Australian.
I don't.
They had like
21
really like
hits.
clay animation ads. Yeah.
Would that have been with... Oh, no, it was straight attack, right? Yeah. Would it be a straight attack, sorry, against the spider, or would it be with disadvantage? I've lost count with all the...
That one is still invisible.
Yeah, so roll once more. Probably will still hit because of the crazy bonuses.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
still fine. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh no, I must roll a versatile. Haha. That is
4 points of bludgeoning damage.
And I'm here too.
Kind of, yeah, a glancing blow. Alright.
4 times better than Sullivan's punch.
The air elemental. What would the air elemental do?
Whirlwind.
Okay. Where it is at currently, or moving towards? Hereish? Oh, on top of it?
Mark Mateus, I only roleplay someone who has low intelligence. But also I do need to target this. Okay, whirlwind.
Fills
Go.
me with joy.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Thank you.
And it should...
Well, can you do a strength?
It does it automatically if you roll damage. That's the...
Okay, sorry.
If you targeted it.
Sorry. 16.
Alright, I guess it doesn't do it automatically. Alright. That's a 20, so it's half of that. 16. 8 points.
Yeah.
Alright. The air elemental explodes into a whirlwind, just a constant around the spider. Anything else from the air elemental? Sounds
think
like a
that's a
no.
no.
Yep.
No, no, 1 second. 1 second.
Okay.
No. No.
Adelbrecht.
Oh, I can still see this one. Does the air elemental doesn't affect me negatively? In
Nope.
any
It's
way?
only
just
if you're in its space.
in its space. Mm-hmm. Should we see Leonis?
You can see
But-
Lennis, yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't bring it back. There you
Yeah,
go.
there we go. Okay. Do you do flanking bonuses or do we not? Okay. In that case, I will just hack away.
All right.
I will just hack away.
Raising
Just,
Leonis's axe.
Well, that's yeah. Well, yeah. Well,
My axe now.
spoils of war. I say as I swing
All right.
with a 1d4.
I love the idea of someone swinging a great axe and then having a moment of social embarrassment at exactly the same time.
Oopsie.
16 does hit.
Thank you, bless. Thank you, bless. Yeah. Normal damage, 20 points.
20 points. It is barely alive. As you hack away like two of its legs, it's trying to get away from you at this point.
Oh no, you don't.
Kind of crawling,
Swing again.
one leg out. It's crawling, trying to get away.
Oh no.
13 misses. It phases in and out. Just that rhythm where it's hard to hit it.
When can I choose to pump a divine smite into things?
I think it's when you hit. Right? Stan knows. Right?
I mean, it depends. Like within the, it's like it's technically just after you hit, right? That's when it's just after. You know.
Yeah, I think because you
When
took
it's
another attack,
Yeah.
then you can't do it.
Okay. Well,
Nice.
I didn't want to waste a spell slot anyway, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll stand there and I'll be ready to swing again
If
if
it's
he moves.
one
or-
hit point away, maybe one punch will do it. You know.
Yeah. Oh yes, all of them. All of them. Smack it.
Well, at this point,
Smack
it's
that.
the spider's turn. It's gonna make 2 attacks against you, Adelbrecht.
That is slightly annoying, but I can't attack it if it's attacking me.
That's better. Finally, 24 to hit.
Oof.
Oh.
That does it.
That's. Please make a Constitution saving throw. I should do it. Yep.
Yeah, I saw something.
Plus a d4. So.
Oh,
That's poison, is what that is.
plus
Go
a
ahead and roll
D4.
a d4.
FYI.
So yeah, you make that one. The DC
Also,
was
also the aura of. Oh, that's already added, right?
yeah. The DC was 15 for it, so that saved you currently.
Thank you, bless. Best spell.
So that will be 13 points of piercing damage and 7 points of poison. Poison would have
20.
been 14 otherwise. And you are not poisoned. But it gets its 2 bites into you. And it's gonna try.
It can't move or anything.
Can't move or anything. Fennec's turn. God, that's such a clutch thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like that. Economy of action economy is everything in D&D. All right. Yeah, Fennec.
That would be me using Eldritch Blast.
Here we go.
Eldritch Blast.
Plus d4s. My catchphrase.
Wait, no, I don't want all of them to be.
If you right click on it, it should delete the one.
Oh, no, I can figure it out.
Oh,
There's a
okay.
-5.
muting myself.
Dead.
Yeah, with yeah, that absolutely hits. And yeah, you kind of again the
But-
sharks just munch it out of existence.
Okay. Yeah, existential sharks. Now, is this one still invisible?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
But I'm pointing at it.
Okay, let's do this then with all the things that you must do.
Yeah, 0 beams hit, apparently. Unless
Yeah.
there's a d4 added to them.
Yeah, but I'm disadvantaged as well, aren't I?
You still add a d4 to the attack, don't you?
No, I know. Why won't it let me? Okay, fine. Let's do this.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah, the first one would hit, so that's 7 damage against
but I
it.
don't think it automatically disadvantaged me. That's what I mean. So can this be the? Okay.
You should be at disadvantage.
Okay, it's automatically disadvantaged. Great. Okay. Less things to worry about.
And another 4, which would make it a 12, which would be a miss. So the second one misses. The first one does hit, thanks to the
Great.
bless.
So 7 points.
Ori is kind of swirling around in the maelstrom of the whirlwind that's happening as well.
Yeah. Oh my God. So cute. Our little familiars having fun together. So adorable. Everything I want from life. Okay. Anyway, Ori's going to try and bite the spider.
All right.
Whoa. I heard that echo forever. Okay.
We are in a cave.
It's
Yeah,
true.
that makes sense. Okay, ready? Come on, Ori. I believe in you.
10 misses, unfortunately. Little Ori, just a little too big of a target, this invisible target. Anything else from Ori?
Jumping at the air.
Oh, that was so cute.
I will be playing Ori from now on.
Yes, please. That would be great. Okay. All right. No, that's it. I'm done, obviously.
All right, well, Leonis really can't do anything. You're on the other side.
Don't worry, we've got it. Have a sit down.
With that, it's Inkpot's turn.
I will use my telekinetic push to try and push it back 5 feet as my bonus action. That's a DC 17 strength save.
Makes it with an 18.
Damn it.
I'm so glad I'm rolling well for telekinesis pushbacks.
I will. Oh, that's annoying. That's ruined my plan. If I. Oh, I'm gonna mind whip it.
Okay, go for it.
Doop, 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 doop. Ooh, 6 points of psychic damage.
6 points of psychic damage. Yeah, you make contact with its kind of swarm mind, strange abstract bug mind, and do enough damage to it, but
Does
still
it
there.
succeed? Does it fail? Succeed? Its
It fails.
saving throw? Yes. I'm going to move away. Bye. And it does not get. It can't use a reaction.
Stan, your turn.
How do you piss off your DM?
I mean, controller characters are the worst. Like they're the worst. No, it's all good.
I'm attacking with some guys.
All right.
Shockingly.
I can't move.
Thank you. Perfect. 28.
10 weight. Yeah, that's more than enough. Go ahead and roll damage.
Lovely.
12 points of radiant, slashing off another one of its legs. It's still going.
Okay. Well, we'll try again.
Yeah, 26 hits
yes.
as well. Go ahead and roll damage.
Excellent.
Oh, my dog is sleeping so cute.
16.
Yeah, 60. I'm gonna say how you want to do this because there's no way it would get back from this.
How do I... So it's like glowing with electric energy.
I mean, for you, it's your. I presume your eyes are closed the entire time you're doing this because.
Oh, just feeling the vibrations. I could feel the crackle of electricity, and the sunblade, the radiant damage kind of becomes warm, kind of like sun's rays. I think everyone else who can't see the spider would see suddenly as the blade makes contact, this like golden radiant light just it's almost like catching fire, but radiantly up and illuminates the entire body of this spider until it suddenly sort of bursts into radiant flames for a moment and then is gone entirely.
Awesome. Yeah, you watch as Stan kind of fights through air. You're not even seeing what she is hitting or not, but she just kind of dances through it. And then finally the body of the spider reappears dead and done and dusted. Well, with that, we're out of initiative.
Well, that's one way to wake up in the morning. Oh,
Excellent warm up.
And still, we don't know anything about these fucking spiders.
well, I wouldn't be surprised if perhaps before this facility was built, these weren't but a normal hive. But with the excess magic, I mean, we saw the pipes filled with the toxic waste of arcane magic. I wonder if they have been
She doesn't
mutated.
know what she's talking about.
Who are you saying that to? You just seen
Just
that.
me.
Everyone else but me.
Why did they get a concentration check? Is that just...
I think it's, you're concentrating on something. It's fine. Just ignore it.
It's the brandishing smite, but he's dead.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, Inkblood. That sounds sure.
Can I roll an insight check?
Sure.
How sassy you're being
Is it to
right
work
now.
out what is going on here?
Yeah, maybe try to figure out the spiders with your insight.
No, I'm glad you agree with me, Fennec. It's good to have you on my side. I really
What did
appreciate
you
you as a
roll?
friend.
I didn't even look.
For
A 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm I'm sincere.
Well, perhaps if we continue down this corridor, we will find out the reason.
Absolutely. Let's go down the corridor. Me and my elemental and my little
Shall I
dog.
continue in front, young Fennec?
Yep.
Excellent.
Well, actually, I'm going to send the air elemental. Could you
Ah.
lead the way?
What a brave companion. Does he have a name?
No,
Oh,
not that I know how. Do you speak Aaron? I think is the.
no.
Wait. Let me just check. Oren, sorry, pardon me.
Or no,
Speak Oren?
that neither. No.
Well,
in theory, my it's meant to be a thing that my not really my family, the people I might share blood with, kind of do.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Do you?
speak Oren.
I don't think so. I could try.
Do it. Try.
I would like to look at the air elemental
Mhm.
and say, hello. Thank you so much for your help back there. It was so wonderful to have you by our side. It was really lovely. I didn't catch your name.
Are you just speaking common?
Yeah. I could speak it. I have a number of languages at my disposal. I don't think any of them will help. Let's try and tap into my dragon mark and see if I can get
Sure.
a connection going.
Yeah, you walk up to the form of mist and cloud and air that is kind of hovering between all of you, and you watch as its strange face turns towards Stan, and Stan speaks common to it. And after a second, another second, a minute, it stares at you.
I'll say hello in Elvish.
So,
Was that Elvish?
As you've been on skyships, you've never seen them like directly talk to these spirits. It's usually very specifically actually through the wheels that they communicate to these elementals that are encased in the ships themselves. So just talking to them properly. I mean, if you spoke the language, maybe you could speak to them, but you can't control them in any sense.
I'm gonna mentally speak to the air elemental.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, my friend needs a win. Can you say your name to that person in front of you?
Meanwhile, I'm cycling through Dwarvish, Gnomish, and then my Orcish, which is very, very patchy.
Do you not speak Goblin? We're mates.
No, you haven't taught me.
I taught you some words.
After a while, as you go through, you get to Dwarvish, and as you're doing your spiel again, and it's starting to move on to the next language, everybody hears through the cave a strange kind of a, it's almost this kind of a booming sound, as if a massive blast of air was kind of tunneled through a chimney of some sort, as the air elemental replies in its language, its name, to Stan, which Stan does not understand.
Wow, so you speak Dwarvish? Incredible.
I'm gonna walk up behind you.
No, that was the. I'm saying all this in Dwarvish. I didn't know that was. How did that happen historically? Is there like a link? Oh, that's fascinating.
I'm gonna come up behind you, Stan, and in Dwarvish go. I don't think they speak Dwarvish.
At the same time, I'll come on next to Stan and in my Dwarvish say, "Fascinating! Oh, you really made a breakthrough."
What are all of you talking about?
I didn't know all of you spoke Dwarvish.
Oh yes, dwarves. It's the mighty dwarves. Yes, of course. Very honorable language.
I had a dwarven teacher who only
Are you still talking
work in Dwarvish, so
Yeah.
I
We're all
have to
talking in
learn.
Dwarvish.
Does anybody speak Abyssal? I never really get to practice it.
Funnily enough, my very religious father didn't teach me Abyssal.
Sad.
Probably not Infernal either.
No, sadly.
But no.
Oddly enough, both Sullivan and Leonis also walk up to the group and speak in Dwarvish.
Yeah.
We could just all practice our
Who's
Dwarvish
sassy
for the
now?
rest of the...
Oh,
Still me.
Oh, wonderful.
Well, that's good. We can speak in code if we ever sort of find that we're in a situation where we need to
yes.
talk about something where we don't want someone else to understand.
As this group is
fortunate that all
chattering
of us
in
speak
humanoid, the air elemental slowly turns towards Fennec again, like waiting, like what now?
We'll just go, shall we? I think I say out loud, but also mentally. Yeah. So we start going down the hallway.
All right, sure.
In Goblin, I say, "Are you coming?"
I continue to speak into it now. See,
I speak something else as well. I don't just speak
Gamperon after you.
Or maybe I do just speak Goblin. Never mind. Cool, let's go.
Well, with that, as you continue on through the cave, heading south where the cave system seems to be taking you, you reach a, seems to be clearly an artificial hallway that's been built to connect two caves. And this one is seemingly, now you're kind of getting to the outskirts, not but the edges of this cave system. So the mountain side is probably close by. But you walk forward and you see a hallway, torches lit up. It's quite clear, the metal kind of grated floor there. And ahead you can see that what probably was a closed door has been opened. And there is a mound of skulls and bones of different kinds kind of plastered all over across this hallway. It seems that at one point there was this mountain of skulls that had been piled against the door there that now had opened and everything had spilled inside. But as you look forward, you rather hear this kind of wounded, shallow, deep breathing. And as you peer inside, you can see in the daylight that is spilling through an open cave doorway, what is it, entrance? A very wounded, very ragged looking Yeti who is sleeping off its wounds and pains in its cave. And we'll take a short break and come back after these messages.
before we get
And
to the
we're
Yeti.
back. And we're back. There we go. So yeah, just before you wanted to get to the ready,
Yeah, just on the way, I wanted to, well, two things actually happen now that I actually read my abilities. So first, I just want to walk up to Leonis quickly and just, I believe that quarterstaff is a bit not enough for a warrior of your caliber.
Yes, my chosen weapon is in your
Yes,
hands.
it indeed, and what a fine weapon it is. However, I'll take out the regular warhammer I have, and then perhaps this can suffice for now.
He takes it, kind of balances it in his hands. Well, it's
The
not
regular
quite
warhammer.
my grandfather's weapon that you now possess.
Yes. Well, perhaps someday, if we cannot come to an agreement on how to bring glory to our nation, then you will have a chance to earn it back in combat. But for now, I think it's better in my hands.
You wish
As
to
an
hold
honorably
my
won.
legacy as hostage.
Not hostage, it's an honorably won spoil of war.
Okay, Leonis, Adelbrecht, this feels like maybe I should step in as commander and resolve this situation. Leonis, so tell us a little bit more about your grandfather.
Well, he was a minor nobility during the last war. Unfortunately, he lost his titles due to charges of treason.
Oh!
All that he had left and was allowed to keep was that axe.
So wait, what type of charges of treason?
Well, he was part of the Emerald Claw, and when that organization was slandered to be against the nation in some way, he lost everything.
Okay, so you don't really agree with the charges of treason. You're like, actually, it was not treasonous.
I thought that would be clear.
I'm just double checking. This is, I'm on your side, so just rein it in.
No, I understand. You're not Carnathian. There's no hope that you would really understand what's at stake here.
Well,
I absolutely do. Because there are political systems I don't agree with, that we're in opposition with, that I happen to be in the geopolitical sphere of, and I'm trying to save the world. I understand conflicting values 100%. I just don't necessarily understand the intricacies of your family's relationship with being Carnathian. So we're all learning. Now, I'm sorry, Adelbrecht, were you saying something?
Yes, I was saying, as the first and original commander of the Emerald Claw, perhaps having a mighty weapon like this in the hands of someone plotting regicide is not something that I am as of yet comfortable with. So perhaps for the time being, I will keep this weapon, and perhaps later we can discuss your grandfather's legacy.
I hear you, Adelbrecht. It's not really up to you, though. I appreciate that. I appreciate your input. Anyway, back to what the weapon means to you. Leonis, if it wasn't clear who I was speaking
I want to do a small thing.
To me, that weapon is a tool with which to bring back old Carnath. It is a reminder of what I should strive to be. It's a reminder of what could be.
Okay. So it's not really anything to do with your relationship with your grandfather? It's not like a sentimental thing?
Well, if you wish to know, my father and our family was at first against my grandfather's wishes. So my grandfather was quite disappointed and disowned us all. So I've re-corrected this track in my family's history.
Mm-hmm.
You asked.
No. I'm just not. So, how did you reconnect with your grandfather after he disowned you?
Well, my father made a grave mistake.
And then you went and you were like, Granddaddy, Daddy made a grave mistake.
I think I'm missing some sort of a joke.
I'm not making a joke. I think you're being like weirdly defensive about stuff I don't know.
If you want to give me back my weapon, I'll allow you to do though.
You'll allow me to give you back your weapon. What is happening? Does anyone else understand the story?
I'm not quite sure, but if you're not going to use my quarterstaff, I'm just going to take that back.
Well, slowly releases it.
I think I'll take the weapon. Known warrior, Fennec last name, will take the weapon. I'm going to take this until I'm sure what's going on. What is it?
Well, Fennec, of course I do not mean to step against your command, but just pointing out that now I do not have a weapon. And as you have observed, I am quite efficient in combat, so perhaps
What?
granting me...
Give him
Yes.
the quarterstaff.
Fate, I thought there was another weapon. Is there 3 weapons now?
2.
Oh, so then I won't take away the quarterstaff if someone needs the quarterstaff.
Thank you. At least I have
Give it to
something.
Adelbrecht.
Well,
What is it that I've taken?
I don't believe...
Fennec is holding 2 weapons at this point, being like...
I don't believe you have jurisdiction over my hammer, so if
I'm
you
a
are
commander.
deeply against
The
having...
commander, in fact, not our commander.
This is a very strange form of leadership. Where did you study military command? Where is your experience from?
In the military.
Which one?
The Kraken Bay League.
Insight check.
Make an insight check.
I mean, it could very well have been called that. We've just never spoken about it before.
Yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you whether whether Fennec is lying or not.
I'm not
But
lying.
with a 4, it doesn't matter anyway.
I see. The Kraken. Oh, must be a. I am not aware of this. Must be a newer one. Which country?
Yeah, I mean, you have been asleep for hundreds of years.
Well, 100 was established.
Okay.
Yes. Well,
You have this quarterstaff.
I would like at least my personal warhammer.
Can we just quickly? I'm having real trouble with object permanence. What do we have?
There's a warhammer, a quarterstaff, and the divine battle.
Yes, and my grandfather had 2 sons, Todrid and Belaril. I don't understand what the confusion is about. That weapon belongs to me.
May I suggest that
I
we?
didn't mean to take the warhammer. Take the warhammer back. I don't want it.
Yes, thank you.
You can have the quarterstaff too.
But that's mine.
You weren't using it. You're a wizard.
I was thinking to give it to Sovolum because he punched the spider. He clearly.
Look, watch.
So do I? That's
All right, so the quarterstaff goes to Sullivan.
Yeah.
Okay. The blessed battle axe that was in the hands of Adelbrecht. Yeah, that's what you have.
Yes.
What does it do?
It is an incredibly powerful divine weapon, worthy of being held by a divine warrior such as myself.
Me. Oh.
But, like, what does it actually do?
It's an axe with
Okay,
divine
great.
power. I don't.
The two of
know
you are
how-
great at communication, just so you know. You're on par, I'd say. Now I'm going to think of a number between 1 and 100.
I'm just going to do a quick scene before we get to the
You're gonna do another one in the backwards, like there's
Or
another
during
one.
this, I am just chatting Dwarvish to the.
Okay. Yeah,
Mental.
perfect.
Elemental.
Perfect.
The world is doomed. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, what are your numbers?
What number? What?
Guess. A number between 1 and 100.
What happens if I guess correctly?
You get your axe back. Guess.
This is a really
If you don't guess in 10 seconds, I'm kicking you
peculiar
out.
way of doing battle commands, but
91.
47.
I should have probably thought of a number. Just kidding. Okay. so
You
now-
are a strange group. You
Strange leader.
Now, what did we learn though?
Well, I've certainly
Throw
learned
your
something.
answer. I'm going to take the Warhammer and I'm going to give it to Leonis and I'm going to say, you're on a small probation period. This is the one I took from Adelbrecht. It's Adelbrecht's war. There's 2 Warhammers. One is the Granddad Warhammer and one is the regular Warhammer.
Granddad
I'm going to give the regular Granddad axe. I'm going to give the Granddad axe back to Adelbrecht.
Thank you.
And then take the regular one and give it to Leonis, and I'm going to say, I hear you. We will give it back to you. We just need some more time to trust you and make sure that we're aligned. But we will give it back. I'm sorry, your number was incorrect.
So there's a Yeti.
Also, I will say I wanted to
Andy, shut up!
Max?
I was gonna tell Leonis when he gets my hammer to just look at the emerald claw mark and maybe it'll remind you of the actual origins of the Proud Order. And then also on the way when we went to the Yeti, Max used lay on hands, and then read the ability and that says has no effect on undead.
Oh.
So
Yeah, you can't do that on yourself.
so I went to do that on myself, and nothing happened. And there was a moment where I was distracted by that. That's it. That's my second thing. That's it. I'm done.
All right. Well, as all of you turn from this scene, Adelbrecht, you do notice that Leonis has stayed behind to look at the Emerald Claw axe, possibly, whichever way it all panned out. Whoever
It's on
has
like
it.
the tip of the hammer.
But the rest of you have sneaked forward stealthily, and yeah, you can spot the Yeti sighing, sleeping in its cave. Currently not noticing you at all.
I don't think this is where we need to be. This is going back out. This is great to know if we need a quick exit. I don't think there's any need to rouse this Yeti at this moment. It could just complicate things. The portal is not here, and we should go find it.
I assume we can't communicate with Paul.
I don't think it speaks
let him
Dwarvish.
know that, Orc?
Yetis.
I can speak
Sent-
to it. It just won't be able to speak back.
Everybody make a
sentient.
stealth check.
I think I do with disadvantage because I have plate armor.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yep.
10.
I don't want to fight something else, so just so everyone knows.
I mean,
Clunk, clink, clank, clunk, clunk, clink.
so yeah, you continue.
Please, we should go back. We need to go find this portal. There will be things to fight there, I'm sure. But this is potentially a future ally.
It's just whether we should warn him about, Ivan might be coming through.
I think
Not necessarily.
Please do not judge me on this, but this creature may form as a wall of defense to help weaken our enemies. Don't look at me like that. Just, we've already killed so many things in here. Each thing we kill is one less thing Ivan and his warriors have to destroy. The less that we can, the weaker that they will be, and the more likely we will be able to defend and destroy this portal.
That is an unsavory but sound battle tactic.
Please, before we arouse
I
it.
disagree.
Arouse it? We rouse it.
I
Rouse
disagree.
check.
We maybe have time to think about this, though. We don't necessarily have to.
We are stronger united.
We don't know. This thing tried to attack. It tried to attack me.
No, it didn't. We were
It
having
did.
a conversation.
You were unconscious fighting ghosts.
What? How could I be unconscious and fighting ghosts?
Because you were unconscious because you were fighting the ghosts.
What are you talking about?
Have you met this Yeti before?
Yes, when
Cold Paul.
No.
What? I'm so confused.
the proprietor of the observatory is aware of Paul,
This is
Oh.
Paul's home.
this cave is Paul's home and this door is usually closed.
Is
So-
Paul okay?
So as you turn to look, Paul's head, I'm going to say it's framed perfectly but with the hallway and the doorway that's opened. You can see that his kind of icy blue eyes are open. But he's not moving, he's still breathing heavily. But he is staring through the hallway at you. If you wish to make a medicine check to kind of get a sense of his health,
Yeah?
go ahead and make
Yeah,
a
I'll do
medicine check.
Love that for me. Okay. What does that even mean? Okay.
You love medicine?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Do I? Doesn't love me, so.
Yeah, with an 8, I mean, it's difficult to understand a Yeti. They don't, there's no clear wounds on him. You do obviously see there's blood on him, and he seems to be holding onto something in his stomach, probably an open wound there. But you're not quite sure, you don't know how deep it goes. I mean, he seems to be cognizant. He clearly is aware of you at this point, but he's not moving to attack you.
We must staunch the bleeding. I'm here to help. My name is Fennec, and you look like you're in a lot of pain. I'm just speaking to Paul. And I'm going to approach you now, and we're going to try and help you because it seems like you've been wounded. And if you could tell us who did this to you, what languages do you speak? I'm going to approach the Yeti. Do you speak Abyssal?
As you're walking, you're speaking this in common, I presume telepathically?
Oh,
Or is it just
telepathically
understood?
Yeah, everything is understood.
All
Yeah.
right. So as you're walking through the hallway, the torchlight's blooming as you walk forward. It starts to rise up, like trying to get onto its hands a little bit, trying to get off from its kind of vulnerable position. And as you're walking forward, you hear, Hobgoblin.
You speak Goblin?
He speaks this in common. Everybody hears this.
Oh, okay. I am a hobgoblin. That's right. Yes, and you're a yeti. But even though I'm a hobgoblin, I can still try and help you because our anatomies are comparable. Now, I'm gonna go over and get my medical kit out and hold it up very clearly, and be like, "I'm going to approach you. Just so you know, don't make any sudden movements. We don't want any more bleeding too." I recently did a first aid course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm just going to approach and I'm going to be like, don't move your hands or anything, but we are going to try and figure this out. All right, team, come on.
Make a persuasion check
Sure.
as you're walking forward. It seems definitely alarmed by this. Like, it's trying to get up, but it doesn't quite have the strength to do it. With a 16, as you're walking forward, it kind of swipes with its massive arm, and the pile of bones and skull remains of its kind of food that it's been eating is thrown towards you. Stop,
Oh, you're still talking.
That's what it says. It says 2 words.
Yeah. Stop home. And I'm going to say, totally your home. If you could invite us into your home, though. Otherwise, I don't know if you've ever bled before, but bleeding doesn't tend to stop the way it's happened now. And so if you don't let us help you, you will in fact die, which I would prefer not to happen. And I'm sure you have some attachment to life, considering you've eaten all these people, you have a lovely home that you put a lot of energy into. So please allow us to facilitate your ongoing relationship with this home by stopping you from dying. And also, then we can figure out who attacked you and we can die then.
Are you doing this telepathically or speaking in common?
You know what? I think I was starting telepathically, then I'm going to dip into common while also speaking telepathically.
It looks very confused. You get a sense that it can understand a few things, but as you're kind of
No, all telepathically though.
yeah, no, it's difficult to like make these things make sense for it. So it's trying to understand you, but it seems panicked. And as it's kind of, it stands up at this point, kind of limps towards you as if trying to attack. And then you hear, "Don't want sleep."
Yeah. Sleep bad. We'll help you stay awake.
And it takes one of the larger kind of, whatever, whole leg bone that it has as a club and tries to walk forward. And then crashes into the pile of skulls and bones. And again, you just hear slow breathing as it lies there in front of the door.
Fennec, if you're so adamant about healing this creature, can I just go and heal him?
Great. Thank you, Adelbrecht. That's team
Yes.
playing.
Or conversely, Sullivan says, we could put it out of its misery. It's unreliable as an ally.
Are we in the market to be calling allies unreliable?
Well, good point, I guess, but you barely could talk to the thing. I can't see how this is not a potential disaster.
It knows the layout of this place. It's been attacked, which means it knows who else is in here, which is valuable information. And also, we saved you, and you were pretty useless too. So let's give it a chance, shall we?
Well, with your permission, Commander.
Yeah, go on.
Paul was his name?
Yeah, permission granted. Go for it.
Paul, I am approaching you. I heal. You wound. And I'll approach and just put my hand slowly on him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll use the 20 hit points I wanted to use on myself from my healing pool and just see what happens.
Nice.
All right. So yeah, you make contact. The energy departs. You sense that you are healing. You get maybe like a 2-second window there, and moments after, he kind of, through his sleep, just claws at you.
Ooh.
Rolling a 17 to hit, which I believe misses you.
Nope, 22.
So yeah, kind of bouncing off your plate armor, but clearly, like, he's barely in control of what the hell is going on. But you healed him a bit. Or for a bit, really.
I don't think that we are going to get an ally out of this creature now. They are far too wounded. If we do wish to speak to this creature, maybe this is one to talk to when they are more lucid. It seems like they may be in a fight or flight mood at the moment with these wounds.
What are you suggesting is that being put?
Well, these doors were all closed until quite recently, so it is only just known. Yes, it did come up from this layer and meet us, and through various fighting, probably defending itself. It is very badly wounded. If we go and we locate the location of this portal, perhaps a small band of us could come back and try to converse with it and try to get its aid, imploring that its home is in danger. Bring it down to the portal with us, and it's an additional ally as we fight whatever trials we will fight once Ivan arrives.
I don't know if Okay, so first of all, how long has it been since I summoned the air elemental?
Oh boy. I'm gonna say at least 20 minutes at this point.
I'm keen to get down there as quickly as possible with the air elemental. I don't think that this is in this. I don't think that the Yeti will be in a situation to help us, to be honest with you. I don't think we should go back and forth. I think it's a waste of time.
Perfect. Well, then let us go down. We've got at least
Yeah.
another day before Ivan comes.
Yeah, let's does it seem like it's been stabilized?
With a medicine check of 8, I mean, seems to be breathing more easily, but it's hard to diagnose a Yeti as a hobgoblin. Can't believe I've said that.
Brand new sentence.
Does anybody else feel like they haven't any insight into this situation?
I'll have a quick look, I suppose.
Make a medicine
The
check.
wounds, yeah.
So yeah, with a 21, you get a sense that he was bleeding internally and possibly would have died of his wounds if not had been healed. So currently, the creature is back on its kind of, it can heal itself from moving on. But yeah, without the intervention, it would have died probably.
I think you've done very good work here, Adalbrecht.
Ah,
I think you probably made all the difference.
well,
So
it's-
you need some rest and recuperation.
well, hopefully this will be an ally in the future. Never fought together with a Yeti, but that would be something.
Well, shall we see
back
where
the way you
the
came.
other chamber of the steam room led?
All right, you backtrack through the spider caves. As you walk and cross the bridge again, looking around, keeping alert for any potential threats or dangers, you find that there are none, and you pass through happily, peacefully, and yeah, find yourselves soon enough on the in the tiny little storage room as before.
While I'm here, can I see if I can steal a weapon that I could give to Sovelum?
Yeah, so make an investigation check to kind of look around.
Why is my mouse stop working? There we go. Investigation. 17.
So with the 17, yeah, looking around, just looking through the crates, you see crossbows, you see nets, you see darts, you see bells, you see a crowbar, you see hammers and rope. There's loads of different things there. And yeah, there's a couple of both long swords as well as short swords that you could hand over if so wished.
I go, Sovelum, take your pick.
Thank you. Not quite what I had previously, but it'll do.
Very good. Take back my quarterstaff.
You know, it should
Which I
be it should be noted that I did spot them earlier, but I just I didn't want to alarm anyone. So I'm glad this is coming from you.
It's very considerate.
Can I insight check that?
Can you insight check?
Very good. Yes, you are. No, that makes sense. That's very good. You can always ask. We are very open.
Yes, clearly your command structure is very modern.
I wouldn't look into it too much. Tally ho. as they say in Zavastes. It's
All right.
a labyrinth.
So you're going back into the large kind of steam-filled room, the what seems to be almost a heat sink that's been built into this complex, and carrying on down.
Mhm.
So yeah,
I would
as
like to use
yep,
Gust to just keep immediately in front of us kind of clear
yeah,
as much as possible.
yeah. As Stan's kind of open palm clears the room ahead of you of the hot scalding mist, or steam rather, you see this massive metal dome that you're in currently. You see that it houses this bright pool of bright water, steaming hot. As well as below, you see 4 turbines constantly whirring at insane speeds, stirring the water for some unknown reason. That's the room. You see another hallway leading off into the west. It seems that this is kind of the steam carries down this hallway, and is then kind of dispersed at the end of that room, at the end of the hallway.
Am I right in thinking 2 things? That if I look up, this is the big cylinder that we saw on the level above.
So
And-
no, the cylinder room
is
is
the
at
previous room.
the previous room. So the steam is kind of piped through here, and then dispersed through that.
Oh,
other room.
yeah.
Mhm.
And the water, or the liquid beneath us, that is water like the hot spring water?
Yeah, seems to be either kept hot or is naturally just constantly at very scalding temperatures. It's even hotter here than it was in the other room. But yeah, there's another hallway at the leading towards the west. There's kind of a bright reddish lighting coming from that room, from that hallway there.
Well, a bright red light is certainly very welcoming, so maybe be careful moving forward. Be prepared for anything.
Shall I go in front as usual?
I think that would be wise.
Yes, I can. Oh, it's lit. Everything, right?
So yeah, this area is
Okay,
completely bright.
Well, yes. Perhaps being in front is indeed. I apparently can see in the dark now. So, discovering all sorts of new things about myself.
How exciting.
Yes, that's not something humans commonly do. So,
No.
With that, with out of breath leading the way, you reach another, what seems to be a kind of a room that seems to be made to control this lightning, bright red kind of shard of a dragon shard at the middle of the room. There's a comm console there that's meant to control it. Just reading through as we're going. Yeah. So yeah. There's a large red crystal in the middle of the room. You see a console that's built into the wall next to it. And another kind of a red light that Inkblot you spotted on a number of other consoles that seems to be blinking there. Seems to be at a kind of a, disconnected or shut down at this point, not working. But the energy in the sphere, in the crystal, is very active.
Can I go over to the console and see if I can work out what it does or what it controls?
when you say console, is that like technology? Is that like something that would be completely wild to me, or?
I mean, yeah, it would be actually, because like it's 100 years of technological progress. You weren't aware that dragon shards could be controlled in this manner. What you are more used to is mages doing it directly, but this seems to be some sort of a mechanism to control it.
Okay.
Through which, whoever could do it. Make an Arcana check, Inkblot.
Does anyone want to help me?
I do. I'll hold your crystal.
I don't have a crystal, but you can hold my hand if you want to.
I'll hold your head.
Okay. It's like...
So that
Allow me to.
as Fennec kind of lightly massages your skull, you do get a sense that this seems to be a step in some sort of a series of commands that is meant to control the entirety of the complex. You're not sure where this would go in terms of a kind of a sequence, but what the console is meant to do is to be activated at a certain time for then to use this energy for some mean. That's it.
I wonder if we need to keep tabs on these machines that we see. It might be helpful in making sure that the portal doesn't open. Maybe something in future we need to destroy or deactivate. That's what I get on here. Thank you, Fennec. That's very nice. That helped a lot.
Yeah, anytime. Yeah.
Should we go left or right?
Commander. And then she like buries her. Because every time someone calls Fennec Commander, Stan is just.
I loved that I started this bit.
I'm gonna say oh boy.
You see Leonis and Sullivan kind of exchanging glances. Unreadable. They're keeping it very neutral.
Excuse me, I'm just reflecting on the fate of. Oh boy. Okay.
Lot's going to start moving towards the lift door. Just very slowly.
Plot, you're distracting me.
Sorry.
Even I'm a bit like.
I'm speaking to my patron. I would like to speak to my patron.
Okay, what are you saying?
Hey. We don't. We don't catch up very much. In fact, I'm a bit. But anyway, you know all this. Which way should I go?
There's no answer.
Left.
Oh, funnily enough, I'm already standing here.
My patron guides in unknowable ways.
They must have pushed me in this direction that affected my brain. Yes, I understand.
Yeah.
Orpek? Alprek?
Yes.
After you?
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry, I was this technology is something. So, well,
Technology.
this contraption and this with those little squares on it. I don't even know what you call it. This is not how dragon shards were used in my day.
Okay.
Anyway.
You continue down the hallway, all kind of lining after each other.
I will keep an eye out for threats.
Sure, make a perception check.
That's handy.
It's almost like you're dungeon crawling.
A solid 11.
So within 11, it seems to be just a long, straight hallway continuing across the mountain, and ending with what seems to be, you almost don't notice it because there's this layer of dust on everything, and whilst the floors themselves are made of kind of metal grates, this part specifically at the end of this hallway is wooden. And you also see 3 buttons kind of ingrained into this wooden wall of this part of the hallway. But the hallway continues to the right. With an 11, you would notice, out of breath still, that there's this long, an elevator shaft, seemingly moving on to upper levels.
Is it illuminated here or
It's all dark.
completely dark? Okay, I'll describe that as best I can, pointing and things because I can see.
Yeah, you reach the kind of wooden lift there, and then again there's another smaller hallway leading towards the east, and in there seems to be a kind of a smallish office, kind of dimly lit.
I will jump into that office. Just scanning the floor and the walls just to see if anything's going to jump out and kill me or trap me.
I'll look at the buttons. the 3 buttons.
Yeah, seems one of them is very dimly lit up, as you kind of, it's almost difficult to even see that, but it's very dim, kind of electric charge or something is there. There's 3 of them. You seem to be on the lower left one. There's a middle one and a top one, so to speak. Going into the office, Inkblot, go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh, no, that's the wrong one. That is a 12.
All right, with the 12, you walk in. You don't seem to notice any traps, any dangers, and as you cross the door frame and put your legs onto the carpet, you're safe. Nothing happens. Looking around, you see a desk. You see a small kind of shelf. It seems to be almost like a secretary's office, maybe. Perhaps there's nothing military about it per se. There's nothing sciencey about it. It seems to be a very kind of a basic, clean office. Looking down the hallway again, you see another what seems to be almost an archive at the end of this hallway.
Can Inkblot go over to the desk and just start rifling through, see if there's any sort of ledgers or papers or anything that might talk about this facility, or especially the portal?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Yeah.
So I go asking Plot, perhaps there's some record of where my comrades were kept?
I will keep an
If
eye
you
out
would
for
mind.
such a thing as well, yes.
Thank you very much.
Stan. And we,
Direct me. I will help with.
if you start in those drawers there, I will start here looking for, and I'll sort of explain what words to look for. Oh, that was good, because one of those was a natural.
I will
one.
keep watch.
So, yeah, with a 26, most of the papers, the dossiers here, as you open each one of them, seems to be about storage, about how much food there's left, how much has been eaten, how much they need to be kind of reinforced with. There's a lot of actually data that pertains to the storage room that you were in, as in, like, it seems to line up that whoever was the last one who noted down, there were 5 long swords. There are 6 mirrors, oddly enough, in that room somewhere. But you also find the very kind of, in one of the drawers in the desk, a document that's titled as Launch Order.
Deactivate your sequence in order. Main control panel in level B1. Auxiliary red lighting dragon shards in level B2. The corrosive autumn magica element in level 3. The fire elemental arca mechanica dome in level B3. The gathered energy must be dispelled in control room 2, I think that says. Or Z? 2 or Z? B1, accessible only via smudge. Note, tampering with the launch order will result in a catastrophe. Oh. In a catastrophic something. Virginia City?
Could be.
So, do I get a sense of which level we would be on? So we would be on B2? Oh no, because no, would be on B1, B2, would be on B3.
We've just walked through the room with the
fire
red lightning
element.
dragon shard, right?
Yeah.
So that's B2.
Well, it also could be the fire elemental. Well, oh no, it's not the dome in level 3.
I would say with your Arcana check earlier, you could have seen that was decidedly some sort of fire elemental magic inside that room on this level.
Oh, okay.
So we're on level 3, B3.
Okay, so we should be launching this.
Well, this is very old. It may have already been launched.
Well, we should.
whatever launching is. Do I see, is there any other file about talking about what the launch is?
Looking round. Yeah, with the 26th, there's nothing else. It seems to be that this file was even not meant to be in this room. You kind of stumbled onto it.
Adelbrecht, do you know anything about a launch?
Do I? Probably not.
If I remember correctly in the document I gave you, I don't think there was.
There was very little intro about.
Yeah, you were a like a soldier.
Yeah.
Soldier.
I was
You're
just,
not a.
I was in my quarters waiting to be Captain America.
So no?
No, apologies. No, this is far beyond my accesses or.
Sullivan
knowledge.
walks forward. I'm sorry. It seems to be we're out of the loop a bit. What is this?
You don't.
What are you looking for exactly?
Anything to do with a portal that may be opened.
And that's
what
the end of the
facility
world, is it?
Potentially, yes.
Age of Worms. Kyber.
Does not sound silly at all. Yes.
There's some demigod figures. I might need to read it again just for a little refresher, but it's not good stuff.
Well, perhaps, just judging the state of things, perhaps it would be better if me and Leonis would return to our organization and bring back help.
You think that we're stupid?
No, not at all. Just...
Honestly, dude, do you? Because you didn't even pick up a weapon when you saw one. You've been no help. You've been all chat. No, it's not silly, no matter what. Also, we didn't name the apocalypse. The apocalypse just happened to come in a can of worms. And also, this... Don't look at me like that. Also, Mark Mateus, not the character.
No, that was the character doing that. That wasn't me.
Okay.
You don't want to see what Mark Mateus did.
Way more judgmental.
Story of my life, yeah.
And also, even if you belittle us, doesn't mean the apocalypse isn't going to happen. And then what? Then do you think that you'll get your nation back? Do you think that your little petty squabbles with your king will mean anything? No. If you want to go, you go, but leave Leonis with me.
Which of us has the prophecies?
I think it's Inkblot.
Oh,
That
I am
doesn't make
the
sense.
secretary.
Yeah, it's Inkblot.
I wonder if we could do a little prophecy reading.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Sure, let me just which one would you like?
All of
I
them.
think parts 1 and 2, right? Of the big one.
The let's have a look here. I've got a good filed system prophecies. Starting from, but if they are unable to relinquish, or do you want to start with, but if the 5 seals
Part
are
2.
undone?
Well, we're dealing with one of the seals, so maybe.
All right,
we...
well, let's start with this one.
Yeah.
But if the 5 seals are undone, the first in the lantern set a light in the mist. It moved. The second deep in the waters of the bay. The third hidden in the guardian grove. The fourth in the ember forgotten, in an ember forgotten to a chasm.
That
If-
was the other one the other day. We were there, right? The glowing chasm.
The fifth, a star cutting the heavens. Then the gatekeeper shall be released from its lair. The dominion of the first rulers shall be cut. Oh God! Never get dyslexic to do this. And the dominion of the first rule shall be cut short by the one who controls both lock and key. Second prophecy. But if they are unable to relinquish the lock and key after this thing is done, unable to return to mortality's death embrace, then the age of worms will come, and Kaiba will cease to be, and all its souls will be encased in. Oh no, the age of words will come to Corvair. Apologies. We will cease to be, and all its souls will be encased in Kaiba.
That is a interesting poem.
Prophecy.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
who's speaking? Just to clarify.
It is I, Sullivan.
Yeah, okay, cool.
We have witnessed these portals being opened, experienced their effects firsthand. We may not be the most coherent group at times, but what we are doing is vastly important for your life and for ours and everyone else.
Even if you think there's a 2% chance that what we're trying to stop from happening might truly happen, you need to help us. Because that 2% means the end of everything. It means the end of your country that you love so much. What's your patriotism going to achieve if there is no Corvair? We need your help. As individuals, as members of an organization, this is something that is bigger than all of us.
And I believe we've been doing that. We've been helping, so... So what? These 5 seals are these 5 switches in this building, is that?
They are 5 different portals in different parts of Corvair. We know that 4 of the 5 are already open. We've seen a number with our own eyes. We've seen what steps out of them. It's
Well,
not
if
good even on that small level.
If you're speaking the truth, then the Queen of Death herself would be aware of all of this, and if I would go and ask for her help and explain the situation, she would return us post-haste.
Are you able to get back here and to there in under 24 hours?
Unfortunately not, but
Then
if...
stay with us. We need
We'll
all the
go.
help we can get.
Whatever, you can go if you want. Again, I think we'll let you go speak to your Queen of Death, and we'll see how that goes for you.
Well, I was hoping perhaps the wizard in your group could teleport us somewhere, and then we could take on our own means of transportation to the Queen.
Okay, you keep saying we, but I will just say very firmly, as the commander, it will just be you if you're leaving, and you'll be going as you are. There will be no assistance for you. You'll have no resources from us. We're busy doing our own shit. As much as I enjoy your whining.
Fine. Leonis, seems to be... We're leaving. And Sullivan starts walking down the hallway. Leonis doesn't.
Yeah, I thought so.
Leonis kind of looks at you and looks at his old friend. I think we should maybe see this through and then decide. But it might be a good idea if you went.
Yeah, fuck off.
To which Sullivan kind of... Do you say that?
No, I don't say that. Go away, NPC that Marmates also has to pretend to be. We just want one NPC.
Well, with that, Sullivan looks back, almost like registering all of your faces into his memory, and then turns away and starts walking. You can hear his footsteps echoing down the hall.
And a new big bad was born.
I'm going to lean over to Stan. Are we going to have to fight the Queen of Death at some point?
She's going to have to join the queue at this point.
Okay,
You know?
good. I've got other things I need to do after this.
Yeah, me too.
I need to go to a beet farm. Can I hear you? I don't know. Can I do a perception check?
You want to catch this whisper?
Yeah.
Sure, make a perception check. I mean, it depends on how much they're hiding this conversation, I guess.
I was doing it enough so Leonis couldn't hear.
Okay.
Leonis. Patronus. Hey!
I would say with an 18, you
Yeah.
could pick
Yeah.
that up.
Got to get to the bait farm. The Queen of Death wants to visit. Who can stop her?
Maybe she could be a good ally though.
Yeah, maybe.
Was she an actual Queen of Death?
Seems what they call
Can
her.
we have a think about the Queen of Death and what we know about her?
Yeah, let's do that.
Sure, make a history check. Where we just
Oh, let me hold your head.
Oh, I really shouldn't be the one doing this.
Shall
I
I?
can see
I
that.
can start opening my book and having a look, see if I've made a note.
I'll hold your head.
That would be great.
Oh, not great for me. 17.
Still good.
Yeah, so with a 17, let me pull up.
Queen of Death, isn't it?
Yes, also known as Lady Irandis Vol. The ruler of the Ilmarrow Castle in the Lazar Principalities. She is also known to you as the Lich Queen, the Queen of Death. She is the last heir of the House of Vol, the bloodline that carried with it the Mark of Death that resulted in one of the larger wars as the Mark of Death was eradicated.
So she's literally a lich.
She's known to be. I mean, that's what one of her names is.
She's a lich.
That's she's known under the name as Lich Queen. The specifics, I mean, who knows? If it's just hearsay, if it's mythic lore, kind of stories being added on to stories.
Rihanna, is she a lich?
So, I'd say with an 18. As Inkblood is thinking, and I'm trying to read how much you would have this. So yeah, basically what you would know that Irandis Vol had a kind of a mutinous rebellion against the rulers of Karnath and split away with the Blood of Vol and the Emerald Claw from the king, the current king, the current king's heir. And kind of has its own organization, commands the Emerald Claw, commands the Blood of Vol for her own nefarious deeds. Some say that she basically wants revenge for what happened to her house, to her bloodline, for everything that she has lost.
I mean, I think she's quite single-minded, to be honest, but if this is a big enough threat to her, she could be an ally for the short term. But
Well, if you say the Emerald Claw is still a part of that under her, then I would at least like to think there's at least some semblance of honor left.
maybe. Well, shall we continue looking onwards, see if we can find this portal, see if we can find... You said you found there was some buttons and some sort of lift mechanism.
Yes, I think it's showing us what floor we are on. One of them was slightly glowing, the bottommost one.
I wonder if there is anything beneath us. There must... If the water... Oh, I suppose there was water upstairs. We should look for see if we can descend any further down.
Were we not on the bottommost floor?
I don't know. I've not seen the portal yet.
Ah, right.
There seems to be some sort of trapdoor over here.
So yeah, that's the elevator shaft and the
Okay.
wooden floor of the elevator.
Does that look like it goes down?
I mean, let's say yeah. As you poke and prod around, it seems like this is its lowest level.
Okay. Unless to open the portal when it says launch, that is how the portal is opened. And if that's the case, we should do everything we can to destroy every one of these dragon crystals and gems in this place.
That feels right to me. Yeah. Destroy. Yeah, I agree. The commander agrees. Let's do it.
Well, can I put one more suggestion? There are a couple of corridors that we've not gone down. We should probably have a look, see if we can find anything just in case.
I appreciate your candor. I accept.
Okay.
So,
I
yeah, go ahead.
No, I guess it's worth bearing in mind that the last portal we went to was also in a space that had very much another parallel purpose running alongside it. It seemed to be entirely unrelated to the portal as far as I could tell.
Did all of these places amass an immense amount of energy of some description?
Yeah.
Because maybe it's more about, less about the location, but more about the magical influence that has been brought to that place. So the dragon crystals here, for example.
The one in the deep, that had House Lyranda had been doing something there, hadn't they?
Some sort of laboratory.
Alongside.
The one in the Moonlands,
So
an immense force.
I don't know about the Eldine Reaches, but it was near the guard. It was in the Guardian Grove. Yeah,
which was full of portals and places to other
Yes,
planes.
That's where the leaders sort of the Eldine Reaches are. So.
Did you say you've closed one of these before, or just encountered them? These portals, I mean.
Closed like a mini portal, but I don't think it was a. Unfortunately, all the big ones we've encountered, we haven't managed to.
Is that the one that killed you, Stan?
Yeah.
Which is still open.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You fell in battle.
Yes,
Oh.
I died, and a wonderful friend of ours managed to. You get on really well. I'd love to see that happen someday.
Yes.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
Yeah, different values, same spirit, I'd say.
She managed to just
lovely.
Keep me alive, and I sort of died again since then as well. I was brought back into a different body.
I see. Oh, that must be some
Yes.
form of natural magic, then not divine.
Yes.
Because I've brought some soldiers back as well, but that's in the heat of battle, you know. It's just.
Yeah, so the very, very quick.
Yeah. Yes.
And then,
Yeah.
We should compare techniques at some point.
Oh yeah.
That'll
Oh,
be
interesting. Yes, I wonder how Baldur.
See what we can learn.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be, because there's actually, it was very, the sovereigns are quite separate, weirdly, but we forget that we all, of course,
we all fight for the same
sovereign
cause. And
brothers,
yeah,
so absolutely.
yes.
We should do more comparing.
Of course, yeah. Maybe next time we sit down for a rest, we can.
I would love that.
Yeah,
That'd
yeah.
be so good.
Yeah, I would love to hear how the sovereigns have changed in the 100 years, perhaps, or the orders. I mean, of course, not the gods themselves, obviously.
I mean, I did grow up in a sort of weird one-man culty version, but it would still be interesting.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd love to learn more about the history of what was going on 100 years ago. If no one stops us, I will keep talking about it.
Oh yes, incredible.
This is going to be great.
I absolutely. It's been a while since I've
Seeing Implot go to talk,
met
I'm going to be
another-
like, shush. Let them be.
Commander.
Mentally, I'll say it. So you don't notice anything. Keep talking.
I mean, fascinating.
I will
Yeah,
wander
indeed,
down the
indeed.
corridor. Just having a look around.
All right. So, Inkblot walking down, you see another hallway leading off to the.
Ella rarely gets to roleplay her religion. Let her roleplay her religion.
She can. I'm just wandering around.
Yeah, we'll cut back and forth. Give you time to think. So as you walk down the hallway, you do see another hallway, small one, ending with a rather large closed blast door that has 5 lights on it. Dragon shards, they're not lit currently, but they're been kind of slotted into this door. Going down further, you see a room that is with wall-to-wall shelves housing what seems to be almost hermetically sealed of some sort paper, very quality paper, as well as a lot of ink.
Like for spell scrolls?
So yeah, quickly glancing around, you see all of them could be used for this purpose. Slightly marred by the Karnathi symbol that's been kind of put onto each of them, but they are completely pristine.
Inkblot has a look around to see if anyone's followed her.
And cut back to as you're talking about religion.
So your prayer practices, like how do you have a certain like regular intervals? Is there a particular ritual you perform?
Not really. No. I don't really pray as such. It's more we followers of Doldorn, we show our appreciation through battle. So there are not that many instances of just sitting down and praying as such. That's more for the priests and then clergymen. It's me and my followers. We mostly just
You're enacting your values and reaffirming them.
Exactly. Yes.
The
We believe.
service.
Yes. We believe in the honorable actions and finding glory and seeking favor through that. Yes, more of a pragmatic religion, I suppose.
Leonis will at this point leave the room slowly and following Plot as well.
Sorry, what were you saying, Stan, about it making sense?
Well, because when you're, like the act of smiting is a very deeply, I know I don't talk about this much, but it's a deeply religious experience.
Oh,
like
yes.
feeling the power of your deity, like acting through you.
Yes.
What does it feel like?
Well, I mean, Boulder Eye is it's very warmth and comfort, which is a strange moment of peace in the middle of a very adrenaline-fueled situation, and just this moment of clarity and feeling the warmth and the love, I suppose, familial love kind of thing. But what about for you?
That's fairly similar in a certain way. It's I would say with Doldorn it's more a sense of righteousness, a sense of justice, I suppose. A very clear understanding that although I am taking a life, it is for a good cause, and there's a certain relief in that, knowing that I am not just fighting for fighting's sake, but that there's a plan, there is an outcome that may benefit the world at large. It's not just smashing around. There's a purpose.
That's so interesting, because I feel like whenever I kill someone, it's just like into the void. There's nothing. I have no sense of right and wrong. It's just smushing death of it all. And I just wonder, what it would be like to know I was doing the right thing. How do you think you would find that without that certainty you get from your gods?
I mean, it's a momentary thing for me. There's certainly a lot of, as you know, my relationship with my faith has been tested in various ways. just because there's a moment of clarity doesn't always mean that afterwards that lasts in the same way. You know, all of our values, I don't know how you feel about this, Adelbrecht, but we have these very strong values that we feel so attached to, and those are very clear, at least in the scripture I read, but applying those in the real world is a tricky thing, honestly. You know, like values of family and community. I mean, arguably the Way have a very strong sense of community. You could say, you know, and Ivan's some of his followers he's sort of described in some way as family, or maybe they are his family. And that's, now, is that a perversion of these values I care about, or is that just another iteration that doesn't quite agree with the paradigms I was raised in? I don't know.
I feel like the way. Oh, sorry, Adelbrecht.
No, it's just this is resonating with me in a way, because there's this with Doldorn. It's well, he frowns upon fighting just for power or wealth, but at the same time, even if your values are the values of your foe are different, he still respects them if they are fighting for something they believe in, or something for a leader that they are sworn to. So it's when I fought in many battles, and I never hated my opponents, because I knew that for the most part they were just following their beliefs as best they could, and there was never any malice or it's a cruel world, and Doldorn blesses those who try to fight for the best causes they can. So but at the same time, it's also, those beliefs are not mine. So how do I reconcile that? How far does my respect reach if I still have to kill the foe in front of me? I don't usually get to think about these matters. It's mostly just from one battle to the next. So
When you were growing up, was the sovereign, was that like a common faith in Karna, or is it unusual to be a follower?
What, Mart?
No, it's definitely the dominative faith in all of Corvair. So it would have been during your time as well.
Yes. Most, the most common, by far. Yes. I assume that hasn't changed.
Oh, he's left the room, I guess. The guy who knows in terms of Karna.
Oh, right. I meant more in the world at large.
Yeah, I mean, I think attitudes to faith have probably changed in some ways.
Right, interesting. Yes.
I was just wondering, in terms of the military, is that like I've got a very small sample size.
Right.
I'm gonna keep this thing going.
Well, during this timing plot, you're going through the room, I presume.
I'm jumping around like a little schoolgirl, just being very excited.
As Leonis joins you and kind of looks around.
Sorry, excuse me. Just
Anything interesting? I saw the door.
well, in here, very interesting. The quality of this paper and these tomes, it's astounding. I haven't seen scripts like this in quite a while.
Well, I'm just stumbling from one interesting conversation to the next. Tell me more about the quality of paper.
Well, and I'll start pulling out the books and see. And actually, while I'll staring at him in the eye, I'll sit on the ground, pulling book after book, tearing out all of the usable reams of paper, and just letting them slot into my my spell book, and in preparation for transcribing spells at a later date.
Yeah, so looking around, this is a small. I mean, this would be something for Master of Morgrave to have, probably. in terms of the length and just the quality of this paper for arcane matters is so strong that it would probably fetch around 1,000 Galifar if you sold all of it, if somebody was okay with the Karnathi logo on all of them. But yeah, 1,000 Galifar worth of paper there.
I will be taking it all.
All right. I'm gonna say it's hard. I mean, it's difficult to hold on to it unless you have some means. I mean, it's a lot of paper.
I will take as much as I can for now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't go over 3 digits. Well, I might just start transcribing spells if they're going to be chatting for a while.
Well, all right. Leonis will explore this hallway as well and report back that this seems to connect with the dome there. So seemingly the only closed door, the only room, rather two things that you haven't explored is the room that's been closed by this one blast door that for some reason hasn't been opened, as well as the elevator shaft that seems to lead to somewhere. And we cut back to the religious conversation.
So you say, from what I gathered, there is no war as such currently. In the world. I mean, in the sense that
Wars are fought in different ways nowadays. There's not a
Cold War kind of situation.
a
If that
cold
phrase means
war,
anything.
as in
not
winter.
fought with battle.
Oh, like more political and such, and
Hmm.
trickery.
Nations, sabotage.
I see.
Economically, yes.
Interesting.
Below, like, so everyone's in conflict, but they don't have to admit
Uh-huh.
to being in conflict.
Ah, so battles fought in meeting rooms and such.
Yes, but
Okay.
that's that's not going to last. Obviously, at a certain point. But then at the same time, how can you fight when Khyber takes over the world? Can't.
Yes, indeed.
So we're fighting skirmishes, but it's interesting that you talk. Sorry, I wanted to revisit a point about the way that was made, because Ivan is obviously some kind of refracted image of the man he once was, in so many ways, and the man he once was chose ambition over his family, seemingly, and yet in some kind of perverse remorse, he's reinvented his family over and over again in monstrous form in ways that he can control and hold close to him. So just that idea of family and how your religion or the way you create power dynamics kind of being an expression of what you regret.
This Ivan is the one who wants to open the portals, or
Yeah.
Yes.
I see.
But he's also the one with the lock and the key. He
From the prophecy.
Yes, he should be protecting the world, but he can't. I'm not sure why.
I see.
He seems to think that he's saving the world in some way through his actions, or at least that's how.
So in his mind, he's also fighting for an honorable cause, in a
think
way.
so.
That is a difficult foe to face.
I wonder how he feels when he kills people.
Well, I mean, we could talk to him in a dream, I suppose. I don't know whether we should.
We
I've
should
got so many dreams.
Speak to him in dreams.
Slot and ask about speaking to Ivan in a dream.
Oh. Your wizard friend Inkblood is quite capable, it seems, of speaking in dreams and making those spiders slow.
And she's very impressive.
Super impressive.
Indeed.
Everyone in our team is quite impressive.
Absolutely. That's I've seen nothing to the contrary. It's just
Yeah.
I'm not quite used to that much magic. Cardiff was much more of a in your face military, not so much. That's why that's why we face so much trouble on there, because so many spells and wizards and mages. It's well.
Well, have you ever considered learning magic?
Well, I mean, like, we can do magic. It's just a different sort of. It's it's not.
Divine.
Yeah.
I guess the dark grass is always greener. The beetroots are always bloodier.
I'm not familiar with this saying, but
I'll elbow Stan.
huh.
Fennec has a thing for beetroots.
Oh, they're
It's all the
Not-
context you need.
okay. But I see. Not the most nutritious root, but
What? That's absolutely incorrect. Richard Gordon?
potatoes are much more
Folate?
nutritious.
Absolutely not. I'm
I mean-
so sorry, but no.
Have you ever had Carnathy potatoes? They're
I'm going to drop out of
huge.
this
I'm just gonna
conversation.
walk
They're
away.
huge, thick, juicy.
You're talking to nobody. Who is Fennec? Okay, Inkblot, where are you? Leonis?
You can
Oh.
see Leonas's head kind of pop up in the hallway.
What's
Yeah,
up?
you're done with all that religious. I'm sorry, I just get that a lot in my own organization.
Do
So
you?
Oh,
that
What's
wasn't
your,
not an invitation. Not an
religious
invitation.
affiliation? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We'll put a pin in this conversation. What's going on in here then?
Yeah, what's up?
You will see Inkblot has torn all of these pages out of these books and is just sat around. She's got her like red spectral quill in her hand, and she's just feverishly writing and slotting bits of paper into a spell book. As I can rapidly add spells to my spell book.
How are you doing, Inkblot? This doesn't seem great.
She's sweating.
Yeah. Do you want me to rub your temples again?
What? Huh? Sorry.
Are you okay?
Yes, there is more paper here than I've ever seen, and I can't take it with me, so I need to use as much as I can of it now. I've got 2 spell books, and I'm trying to transcribe as much as you were going. And you seem to have been having such a wonderful conversation. I thought I'd utilize this time and absorb as much information as I could.
Picture the color blue. A blue sky.
Yeah,
A breath of air fills your lungs. Feel it now. Breathe it in.
it's cold.
It's sweet, isn't it? Sweet
Yeah.
and cold and refreshing. Focus on my voice in your head
Okay.
and the color blue. And breathe
Okay.
out with me now, and we're going to breathe out the sea
The sea.
as if you're a wave. You're a
What
wave.
about the spells?
You'll get back to that. Just one
Okay.
moment. We're just thinking about the color blue, and then we'll think about spells.
What is a vomit testicle? Oh god, that was my dyslexia came out then. A vomit tentacle. Because I read it, I went, it's his testicle. And then I went, no, it doesn't. I need to say,
I thought that was intentional.
I was like, that was amazing.
I read something really wrong in my head. And then I was like, oh, don't say that. And then said it.
I mean,
Now I feel
who
embarrassed.
of us hasn't vomited a testicle?
You don't need to. That's amazing.
It's a level 2 spell called Vomit Tentacle. And I can't find it, and I want to know what it does.
so funny. Inkblot, I don't know.
Okay. Well,
Does anyone? No. Let's just breathe, and then we'll get back to what you're doing.
This is a strange group of people. Is it a
Yeah.
vote? Is it a vote? How you choose your commander?
Rude.
I'm just wondering.
I'm not. You're not my love interest anymore. Actually, done.
I'm sorry.
Done. Get rude. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we're extremely competent. We just have a different way of working, which turns out to be highly efficient in these increasingly strange times.
What is a wave of corruption?
A wave of corruption. Oh, I know about a wave of corruption.
Ivan.
What?
What?
What? Wait, why did you just say Ivan? No, really.
He is a wave of corruption.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, we're bantering. I thought it was like, you'd been possessed or something.
No, I do not recognize half of these spells. It's very fascinating.
Well, what other spells you got? Teach me some spells.
Well, wave of corruption, vomit tentacles.
I absolutely want vomit tentacles.
Yeah, I do too. Power word kneel.
Oh, power meal is good. For me as a
mean,
commander, it's very good.
Very
Meal.
good. Those are the strange ones, but all of the other ones you may know: Expeditious Retreat, Burning Hands, Mage Armor, Scorching Ray.
Yeah.
They should be in your sheet now.
Ooh. Let me see if I can learn any of them. I'm so sorry. I'm just very excited.
I will say at this point as well, as you're all talking and as this kind of has relaxed a little bit, oddly enough, Fennec. Oh, actually, how does your patron power work? Can people send you telepathic messages around? Not at all.
Oh, people can't send me psychic shit. Let me just remember to.
Yeah, if it is something that you can like allow or not, because that's important.
Where is Thought Shield? Starting at 10th level, your thoughts can't be read by telepathy or other means unless you allow it. So have resistance to psychic damage. So I can accept messages. Yeah.
All right. So you hear in your head, House Zivis proudly brings you a message from. And you hear like almost the starting of a recording. I'm Jix. Is that, should I say it now? Start of message. Hello, folks. Hope you are well. There's a bit of a situation back in Sean. Every 10 words or so, there's like a sound that goes, continuation of message, as the limitation of the spell comes in effect. There is a bit of a situation in Sean. There's a few stories in the papers about you, and somebody has been following you apparently. Quite a bit of people in Sean got interested, inspired, really. Crowd came searching for you, and well, I really had no choice but to step in a little bit and talk to them as you, say a couple of words, and seemingly I did a good job because they are really quite loyal and really wish to have a long conversation about how to follow you, work for you, where to go. So if you could come back as soon as possible, that would be great for me. Also, your ship has been excavated by our Sporova, is currently floating above Sean. All the best.
Has been what? Sorry.
Your ship has been excavated by the Boromar and is now ready above Sharn, floating.
Excavated.
Yeah. Pulled out the ground.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's flying.
Cool. That sounds great.
We have an airship.
Sweet. This is all good news. It's almost like someone wants us to go back to Shan.
As you hear that, the message ends, and then you hear, the service of responding has not been purchased by the sender.
Great news, team. Did you hear that?
No, only you would have heard that.
Great news, team. We've got our own cult back in Shan, facilitated by Jix.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, nothing. I've said this.
What? How do you know this?
I just received a message from House Civis from Jix. Well,
Ah.
facilitated by House Civis. Yeah, so that's actually really fantastic news.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
We
think like,
could-
news about us has gotten out. Nice.
Maybe we need to do some serious, like, major, continent level planning.
Oh, that's a lot of
How
dreams.
we're gonna
I'm a natural
this.
cult leader. This is my destiny. So
What about the beet farm, Fennec? We can't.
yeah, I mean, think of how effective the beet farm will be with 1,500. What's the population
Of Sharn?
of all of it, Colbert?
Oh boy, you don't know that.
Of 10,000. Of 10,000. Yeah, it'll be a better beet farm, really. And what's a cult without a vegetable to obsess over? Also, we have an airship now, which is great for getting around our cult. Our
That
next cult.
will come in incredibly handy.
Mm.
Airship?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that would have been before your time. Or after.
I mean, you would.
The-
Sean might be a little overwhelming for you, but
Let's give it a go.
we'll be right by your side.
Oh, are we going to Sharn or?
Well, first we should probably deal with this blast door, right? I think we should try to get
Right,
the blast
right,
door.
right.
I can walk through the blast door. I'm just going to do that, actually.
All right.
Well, what if something bad happens and we can't get through it? And
Well,
you're
what-
trapped in there?
What's new? Inkblot? Let's figure it out.
Well, all right.
Okay, cool. Go
I
Yes, Commander.
I need 26 minutes.
26 minutes.
Yes. Then I can copy down some spells.
Okay, fine. So anyway, religion.
If I do have 26 minutes, I will copy down 4 spells, which will take up 650 golds worth of the paper, which would leave me with 450. Would I be able to transport that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
Yeah, half the room is empty by the time you finish copying. It just does kind of a whirlpool of paper that I just presume is floating around Inkblot as everything is being recorded and archived. But yeah, after about a half an hour, yeah, what else is everybody doing? What are you investigating? What are you doing?
Start working on the door. I'll be there in a moment. Or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I'm just walking through the door because I have a ghost step tattoo.
All right. So,
I
you
cast
walk. Mhm.
before I do it.
All right. So as you walk through the door and become ethereal in effect, you can still be damaged in that form, correct? It's not like you're immune to anything.
I have some resistance. Here, let me cast it so you can see it. One sec. Ghost step tattoo more than meets the eye. There you go.
All right. So, as you walk through the door, and you know, there's the initial kind of faint resistance from what otherwise would be the material plane. It kind of pulls back on you, but you power through the door, through this kind of thick. And as you realize, as you're walking through, this is probably a meter in width, this material that the door has been built. It's a thick metal door. As you walk through, on the other side, you walk into complete, utter darkness and lack of light. Almost something that seems to have a mind of its own. You sense a presence in here. And as soon as you realize this, you start feeling very, very cold. Something is drawing life force from your soul, from your skin. You feel like you're bleeding suddenly. You take 55 points of necrotic damage. So that's for the first, let's say, couple of seconds. Do you wish to stay?
I'm gonna dimension door out.
Yeah, that happens.
Right back behind me. Yeah.
Fennec reappears.
Yeah. And I'm going to be gasping and I assume not looking so great. And I'm going to be like, no, not that door. Nothing from behind that door ever. Something is there. Something is there. I know. I need to rest. Shh. I'm
What
gonna go
then?
into the other room. Sit down. Breathing heavily.
What? Did something attack you?
Yes, something attacked me.
Like a creature?
Am I supposed to do a Constitution saving throw?
Concentration? No, it's fine.
Okay.
It's sometimes, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, say again.
Was it a creature that attacked you, or?
It felt like a creature. It felt like a presence. I can't. It took half of me in one fell swoop, and it felt like it was drinking directly from my soul. We can't go behind that door. I don't know what it is behind that door, but there's a reason that door is in place. But also, what if they get flus? Also, what if that is
Fennec.
what?
I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna take your hands.
This
I
feels
will
like
lay
very
on hands.
real concerns, though.
Just we'll deal with that in a second.
Okay.
Take your hands. I'll lay on hands 20 hit points.
This is all very well, but
Fennec, just
okay.
that all happened very quickly.
Yeah.
From our perspective, you turned to mist, went through the door. About 2 seconds later, appeared incredibly injured and panicked. So it's behind the door, whatever it is.
Okay.
So I think we're safe here.
What we're supposed to do, though?
So it was like just being there injured you.
Yeah.
I'm not the person to do this, but if I think about, have I heard of anything like where just even being in a space could cause?
Make an Arcana check.
Great. I mean, not 2016. 16.
With a 16, I mean, obviously, any type of manifest zone, which there are plenty of in Corvair, which are basically windows into different realms. For example, there's the fire elemental realm that you could possibly wander into and suddenly be under a different set of rules. So that is the closest that you could kind of, with your limited arcane knowledge, you would think that maybe this was some sort of a start of a zone, perhaps.
We'll say that. Could I go up to the door and just do a divine sense? See if that does anything.
Yeah, so yeah, you wouldn't necessarily get a sense of if it's necrotic energy there on that other side, right? So you would, it would tell if there's an undead creature there, which you don't sense.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's a creature, at least not immediately nearby. Perhaps a zone of some sort.
Well, if there's a portal to Kyber, who knows what else might be a dark energy like this probably gathers. So quite the thing to so quickly damage.
It could mean that that's where the portal is. suppose.
Possibly, but how would the keepers of the portal even get near it? Then there must be some other way.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
The door, does it looks like it's just like sealed. It's like a blast door basically. Or is
Mhm.
there like there's no like handle or like,
Nope.
it's just like a Well, clearly they did not intend to go back through here, at least not regularly.
There's dragon shards on the door.
Yeah, it seemed to be, not lit up, not activated in any way. There's 5 of them. They're just dim, dull.
Maybe if you light them up, the door opens and the manifest zone disappears.
Or gets bigger.
Mm-hmm. Good. Yes. Equally possible.
Perhaps a wizard would know what to do?
Are you saying, Max, that a wizard should know better?
Oh, fuck's sake.
It's just Lord of the Rings quote.
Yeah. If we open the door and we all die, then I'll say that.
Okay. A wizard should know better.
Is everything all right over there? Sorry, I'm nearly done. I'm just finishing the last of the wave of corruption.
You
Very
carry
big.
on.
Very peculiar sentence.
Your friend was into very creepy stuff. Just saying. His spells are not very nice.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of enemies, so...
I mean, one makes him vomit tentacles, Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Tentacles out of his mouth.
Oh.
Well, I didn't know about that one, but he was quite...
Private.
It was his hobby as much as his work, as much as his passion,
Yeah, there's other spells that do exactly the same thing, but are nowhere near as creepy.
Well, he's an autodidact. He didn't go to university or anything, so...
I see.
Was.
Sorry. Well, anyway. So he made all his own spells?
I think so. He was very proud of them.
I see. Interesting. Well, I dot the I in corruptions and I brush myself off and I come and join everyone. So, Fennec, how was what was beyond the door? The portal,
No.
death and destruction.
No, the door is a no-go. The door
Okay.
is a no-go. No.
Thinking some sort of manifest zone,
Uh-huh.
but of necrotic badness. I don't know, the phrase, I just remember manifest zones
Mm-hmm.
as a thing.
Yes.
It's not, it doesn't seem like there's a creature necessarily. Just sounds like just the air, was
Well, perhaps where all this energy is coming from is that room. And that is where they're drawing the energy. So launching.
It's another dimension. Do we think it's maybe another dimension?
I
Should
think
we maybe... Can you send your mind in there?
I could.
I wait.
Let me double check. Oh, if I can't, I nearly took a spell which would have let me do it as well, which is annoying. Manifest mind. The bonus action. Your choice within 60 feet. No, it just has to be within 60 feet of me. It sheds a dim light of 10 feet. Yeah, I'm going to send my manifest mind in there.
Okay. So, the floating, awakened kind of extension of yourself floats through the thick metal door, ending up on the other side. So this is similar to something like a darkness spell, where it's you can't seemingly make out the confines of the room even. It's just utter darkness around you.
Has it been an hour since we fought the spiders?
Yes.
Okay.
Make a perception check for me.
I think my mouse is about to run out of battery. It's not very happy. Come on. Perception. Normal. Oh, when we needed it.
So with a 21, I will say, which is still, considering this not enough, critical success not in skill checks, it doesn't mean it's an automatic success. You get a sense that this is less a kind of another dimension. It seems more like that the room itself is filled with some sort of a necrotic energy. There's something that is being housed in this room and perhaps lower in the mountain that is locked away behind this door. Some sort of a very strong force that both can be controlled by this, and just going off of what you learned from over the course of this, can be controlled by this control station, can be extended, can be made to, power into the mountain further. It's this kind of potential power that there is, that is incredibly violent and dangerous and hungry, but currently is behind this door.
Can I send my mind to like the corners of the room and the bottom of the walls and follow the walls to see if I can see any pipes that lead in to it? See if I can see any openings.
So it does seem like there is an opening deeper into the mountain. There's this a cave structure or something that this darkness, this energy is spilling out of. You're basically jumping into a source, almost like a source of a spring, and you're trying to follow that.
Sort of explain this to everyone. Yeah, can I send my mind down there?
Is it, how much is the
I can send it up to
300, it says.
There we go. Thank you.
Yeah, 300 feet. I'm gonna say again, with a 21, you can barely see through this, whatever this magical darkness is. But yeah, you enter through this room. There is an opening, a large cave that opens up, some sort of a system. The darkness seems to be spilling or spewing forth from the middle of this cave that your mind is in. And yeah, faintly you do see pipework, some kind of copper alloys work, like there's wires going around this place, all kind of leading into the center of this cave.
All right. This whole place is joined to what's ever in the bottom of this chasm. I don't know if it's a portal or an object. Can I see a point of origin?
I'm gonna say with that limitation of, yeah, even the 300 feet it's a little bit far away, with the limitations of the darkness around you. Can't. I mean, you're pretty sure that it's coming from the center of this cave, this large opening.
I can't get close enough. Like, it's beyond 300 feet.
Yeah. Just as you're pulling away, I'm gonna say, yeah, there's a small kind of a glow to your awakened mind, the bluish, purplish kind of illumination that's spilling out of your extension there. And just for a moment, you were fairly certain you saw a large, black, kind of seething, worming tentacle heading your way and then pulling back again.
Like the tentacles from the other portals?
If not the same, then very similar.
That's it. This is where the portal is. It's in here.
Oh, okay. Has it been activated?
There are tentacles. Maybe it's been activated for some time already, but because it's housed within this device, it cannot be properly accessed.
Is it the vomit tentacle, do we think?
I don't think so. I think the tentacles in that gentleman's spellbook was oddly. You know what? Never mind. No, I don't.
Check it on a practical note. Time.
Yeah, I was waiting for a moment.
Okay.
I have an idea
Okay.
which could be incredibly dangerous.
Well, I'd say no then.
Okay. But I could dimension door down there
No.
and try and dispel and close the portal with my strongest magics.
You're not going to be able to do that. That thing took half my life in 2 seconds.
I was thinking I could, once I get down there, create a dome of energy around me to protect me.
I don't think it's worth it.
I don't even know if you'd have the time to do that. I mean,
Yeah.
Fennec was in there for less, 3 seconds or something.
Yeah.
I have this, and I'll hold up the bangle that's on my arm. It can take a huge amount of damage before it even hits me.
Mm.
How much?
A
Well,
lot.
at that crossroads of decision, we're gonna end today's session and see what happens next. Oh,
And I could take someone with me.
A healer, perhaps,
Yeah, maybe.
who would probably have to heal themselves.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, I'll take my fingernails with me.
That's 1 point. 2 points.
You got some good berries.
Yeah.
Thank you to Weird Judge, who's been active in our chat, and I did not notice. So
Oh, Weird Judge, thank you for joining us.
Judge, what did they say?
they're psyched about the vomit spell. They love that. So, I mean, that was one. It was aimed at that, that fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
was like-
Absolutely.
Classic weird judge.
Weird Judge, this vomit tentacle is for you.
Dedicated.
All right, and bye.
Bye.
Right.
Bye.